everybody.
Hey!
How are all you people doing?
Hello,
This
everybody.
week, we're going to have a special guest, Retro Ghetto. And Mr. Retro Ghetto, I need to ask you a quick question right now, just so
Go on,
I can
sir.
prove that my wife is wrong sometimes. There was a video where I think we may have shouted you out, and she thought that you sang your intro song.
I know
and then
that.
I know you don't. You don't, because I seen the video where you had the person on there.
I just assumed.
You assumed.
No, it's
wrong.
definitely not me. I wish I could take credit for that, but no, it's a good friend of mine. He's a grime artist. Grime's basically sort of like a UK hip hop.
Okay.
And he's a grime artist, very talented guy. Yeah, and I've known him a while. I asked him to sort me out, and literally a week later, he came back with that. So
He did a really good job, because that is catchy as all get out.
Oh, yeah.
I'm very thankful. But everywhere I go, you know, when I go to like toy fairs and places like that, because I've only obviously been recently allowed out. We've been locked down for so long. So I've only recently gone out since the start of my channel, because my channel was like 16 months old or something like that. And people keep saying to me, I go, "Oh, I love the intro music," and I'm like, "Well, it's not really anything to do with me, but thank you."
Take your credit.
Yeah, just go with it.
Ask the question. That's all I just know the right people, so I'll take it as a compliment.
You know what? I always look at the intro musics and stuff. I always kind of relate that to wrestling. You can have a mediocre wrestler come out with amazing music, and you automatically people get behind them there.
Oh yeah, you hear that music, and you're like, yeah.
So what you're saying is I'm a mediocre YouTuber, but I've got decent music.
That's what she said. I didn't say that.
I think we're done here.
Dennis said it.
I didn't say
it's
nothing.
available on all streaming services, by the way. iTunes and all that. If anyone's interested, Retro Ghetto by Mr. Supreme.
Oh, nice.
Shout him out.
Nice.
All right, for people that may not have seen a previous Get to Know Gamer, what we do is we ask our guests to pick 10 games that will define them or
shape them as
gamers throughout their, we'll call it gaming career or their lives or whatever. And we're going to, you brought your 10 on, and we're going to spend who knows how long talking about them. Hopefully we're going to have a few drinks, hopefully have a few laughs. Everybody in the chat, feel free to ask as many questions as you want, because this is the time where I'm going to ask everybody, what are you drinking and what are you playing?
Yeah.
So I must have started off. I'm drinking an APA from a local brewery here, Holy Whale. I know you can't see the logo, but I bought myself a beer mug there today because, of course, we had to stop and get some beer for the night.
Yeah. I'm drinking a cherry sour from the same place, and so is Dennis, because I said he was.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm drinking Budweiser because I'm boring.
The king of beers.
That's the king of beers.
Isn't it Budweiser?
Yeah, I think, is it? Or is
lager or tea, that's it. But
I don't know.
I'm not a fan of English lager. We've got something called Carl in here. It's not.
It's not
for
good.
me. Not doing it for me. No.
So let's go in the reverse order. What are you playing?
Right, so last night I completed a game. I finished. So basically, if you watch my channel, you know I'm a massive God of War fan.
Yes.
I'll talk about it a bit more later on, but it's been very sort of symbiotic with my life. It's sort of had quite a big impact at times of my life that have been quite pivotal. And I've played all the mainline games. So the only two that I've left to play were the PSP versions.
Nice.
So I picked up the PS3 version recently with the two PSP.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I played through Chains of Olympus. I finished that last night.
I played through that maybe 3 weeks ago.
It's really good.
Yeah. Surprisingly pretty good.
The biggest compliment I can pay it is it's very similar to the first two games.
Yeah, it is.
And it's just a bit shorter. And
I've seen reviews of them.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of shorter games. I don't know if it's because I'm getting old. I don't know if it's because I'm getting old and bold, or I've got kids, or I'm busy.
All of the above.
I think games nowadays are such an undertaking.
Yeah,
it is.
Most games I finish, I'll be honest, I'd say probably 70% of games I finish, I'm ready for it to finish. Do you know what I mean? It's a grind. The last few hours, I'm like, it's more of a relief than anything.
Yeah.
This didn't outstay its welcome, so I was really happy with that. I enjoyed it. Yeah, so I need to finish the whole series by finishing Ghost of Sparta. So I'll get to that, and then that'll be all the God of War games.
Nice.
I've started Ghost of Sparta. I'm only about an hour into it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I finished that last night, and I've just started a game which just passed me by. It's one of everyone's got their games that people talk about and everyone loves, but you just never. It's just never come to you. Simpsons Hit and Run.
Oh, cool!
Nice.
Yeah. I put a couple of hours into this last night. It's good fun.
It's fun, yeah.
I think I'll finish it. You know, I usually get a pretty good feel early on in the game whether I'm going to finish it or not. And this seems like good fun. So, yeah, as long as it's not too long, I'll probably get that finished.
I can't not finish a game. Unless it's really daunting, I'll stick through with it and be like, I freaking will hate this game, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm like that. I'll pick up a game and I need to play through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try and read it before I go in, but I get a bit offended by Google because Google always tells me it should take me 10 hours, and I'm there like 20 hours in thinking,
yes, I know.
I'm not good at this game because I'm still playing it. So
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'll turn a 30-hour game into a 40-hour game easily. Easily.
Yeah. What am I next for?
What are you playing?
What are you playing?
Oh, right now I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn.
good game.
I'm enjoying it so far.
I finished it.
You finished it.
I did.
I preferred the start. I liked the coming of age part of it. You know, like as she was growing up.
That was fun.
I've got middle to end. I got a bit. It lost me.
Did you finish? You finished it though.
Yeah, I finished it. Yeah, it just lost me a little bit towards the end, middle to end.
Those spoilers, I haven't played it yet.
I get what you're saying. put your earmuffs on. I get what you're saying. I did like the last hour of it only because of all the fighting.
Yeah.
That I liked, but
just that lull just before the end, I think, for me.
There was a lull before that. I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah. I'm enjoying the game. My one thing that I do not like is you have all your different weapons that you can choose from, but you only have 4 weapon slots.
Yeah.
Right.
I wish that I could have my bow and my rope caster and my slingshot always equipped and I could choose them. But no, I have to pause the game, go into my weapon inventory, switch it to what I want.
Yeah.
That's what I don't like.
I don't know why they do it because there's no element of fun. We play games to have fun, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, inventory management isn't fun.
It's not.
No.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't get on with Borderlands. I played Borderlands 3 recently, and it just became a game in itself, trying to make sure I've got the best gun because you get like 100 guns every time you do something.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I just got so stressed out trying to make sure I had the right gun and the best gun that it just became too much. I just thought,
yeah, and all of a sudden you have a weapon that you've been using all this time, and then you see something that, this one might be better, but I don't have room in my inventory, so I get rid of it, and it's like, oh no, the one I picked up is terrible, and then you can't get your old one.
But because the game told you it was epic, you feel obliged to take it, and then
yes, and you're not. Yeah, I know the feeling.
Before I get to.
You need to get into your chat.
I'm gonna get into the chat. I'm not really playing
in the
anything
chat
right now because I just finished Horizon Zero Dawn.
Before that, I feel like a dummy, but I'm drinking, so I didn't give you a chance to tell everybody a little about your channel.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let me yeah, this is your time. Tell everybody what you're about, just in case there's a few people in here that haven't met or seen your channel before.
Started in June of 2020, so lockdown. Started on my birthday, and all it was, I was quite proud of the games room that I amassed before I moved house, and I just wanted to upload my games room, to show it off, speak to like-minded people.
Yeah.
Because my friends are like casual gamers. My close friends, they'll play a bit of FIFA, a bit of Call of Duty, but they're not really. If I ring him up and tell him I found a manual for an Atari game, they're not excited about it. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
So I just sort of started it that way. I had a good response, and I enjoyed it. And then from there, it just sort of continued on. In terms of my content, I'd say it's more focused on collecting. I do a series on my channel called Games I've Completed. So once I've completed like 6 or 7 games, I'll do mini reviews and I rank them, so I can sort of do my best game in 2020 or 2021.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Favorite games that I've played thus far. But for the most part, a lot of it is the element of collecting rather than the element of the games themselves. So it's like pickups. I do a lot of hunts. I go to a lot of shops, a lot of fairs, that kind of thing. I like toys as well, collect action figures. Most of the
I don't suppose Dennis seen your last video, but he picked up this huge God of War statue.
Oh,
man, like sitting on the throne. It was
nice.
It's epic.
Nice.
It's good. I was happy to add that to the collection. There's a lot of things like that. I like. It's for me. It's not just collecting of the games. I love point of display products, standees, promotional items.
Yeah.
Things you're not supposed to own.
Yeah.
Things that were never available. Things because I often say with games, if you've got the money, you can pretty much buy any game.
Pretty much, yeah.
You can go on eBay, you can buy it. But some of the items that I sort of value the most are things that you won't be able to find. Signs, signage, standees, display items, kiosks, things like that. Things that you've got to hunt them down. That's where a lot of my passion is. So yeah, a lot of my channel is pickups, and I try and do different topics, points of views. I look at, in England, we've got a shop called CEX, which is very similar to what you guys have got, GameStop or EB Games, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I do a lot of videos like games you should be investing in now. That's become a series that's become quite popular on my channel.
Yeah,
so
it has.
I look at 10 games of which are on the increase, because I pay a lot of attention to the market and market value. So games that I can see increasing, I'm sort of giving people the information to go and buy now before they increase too much. And I'm not just giving it on merit. I'm basically giving you information so you can make your own informed choice. So I'm saying, look, this is what it's at on eBay. This is what CEX are selling it for.
Yeah.
This is what it was 2 weeks ago. You go and do your own maths.
Where were you? Where were you when I was holding that stupid PS3 Pixel game and I was like, you're $5. No, I probably won't play you.
We've all got them games. We've all got them.
Yeah, I've got a few of those stories.
Not bought. So yeah, if I can give out some information. Thing is, you can cop a bit of heat for it on YouTube. Some people are like, oh, you're ruining it. You're putting the price of it. Listen,
it takes more than one man to you know what I mean? Everybody's doing it.
I've not got 200,000 people watching my video. And for me, I feel like sometimes, as much as it's a great community, it can be a bit selfish. People just want to keep it all to themselves.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There's enough pieces of plastic to go around. Just share the information.
I agree 100%. And we're more about the community.
Before I share the information, but I still share the information. That's my prerogative.
Exactly. All right, I'm going to get to the chat here because there's lots of people chatting.
Who's all in the chat?
Lots of people chatting. We got Grinaldino Plays. Hey, how's it going? Dan Bunch of Numbers. Generation Pixel. Hey, how's it going? Scepter Server. Why so early? Because Retro Ghetto's in the UK, and if we did this at a regular
time, it would be what, 2 in the morning for you?
Yeah, I think it was 6 hours. 6 hours ahead.
6 hours.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It would be 3 in the morning.
And then we have Lords of Alba. Hey, hello, it's an early one. Yeah,
it's early.
Scepter. Oh, I get it now.
I had to set my alarm to get up for this one.
Loco, what's good, everyone? Tom Greek. Hello,
hey,
everyone. Just getting home now from watching a movie. Hey, Tom.
What movie? I need to know.
Oh, he told me.
Black Widow?
No, the one with Ryan Reynolds, the new one.
Oh, I don't know the name of it. I've
seen Guy.
Next Guy or something like that.
You know, whilst we're talking movies, can I just quickly show you this?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We have time.
I watched this last night and I was blown away by it. Mortal Kombat: Scorpion's Revenge.
Yes, it's awesome.
Wow.
Oh, yes. I gotta lend it to you because I got the Blu-ray here. Yeah.
Oh.
This is what I wanted the live action film to be. I went to see the live action film at the cinema and it wasn't worth the price of admission.
I haven't seen it yet. The live action.
You and Alex watched it.
I watched that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really good.
We have Modane. Better keep up with the chat, Jen. I'm already behind.
Modane. There's no way.
I'm already behind. Gib, good evening, guys. Scepter Server, the king.
The king.
The king. Oh, Denver, day drinking.
Day drinking, yeah, buddy. Well,
Yes.
well, let me Denver. Are you 4 hours the other way? Like, are you around dinner time there? Do you know the time difference? Anybody?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't even.
I barely knew our time difference because I was like scheduled, and then you contacted me. You're like, I think the time's wrong. I'm like, you're right. Schedule again. So I should not be in charge of time zones or conversions.
We couldn't do the maths, could we? So.
I think in Denver it's October right now.
Okay, that's probably it.
Yeah.
Lords of Aldous drinking an iced coffee and playing White Knight Chronicles on PS3.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we have game. I screw up everybody's name. Gamester Dad. Hello there, everyone. Oh, playing a game on the 360 called Rogue Warrior. It's not good.
Well, I'll tell you, girl,
I think I have it here.
If it's not good, don't play it.
Oh, hey, Captain Retro. We have 362 Stranglehold. I like it.
Okay, well, you like that one? Keep playing.
I heard good things about Stranglehold. I think Phil told me it was pretty decent.
Oh, Pixel Game Squad just stopping by to say hello to my beautiful friend Retro Ghetto. Hey, Pixel Game Squad.
I want to give a big shout out to those guys. They don't need it. I mean,
oh my God.
I'm not going to do their sub numbers.
They are awesome.
They were one of the first big channels to give me a shout out, and honestly, it means a lot. You guys will know.
Yeah.
When you're in, especially any shout out. I remember every shout out I've ever had.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and play it cool. I remember every shout out I've ever had. And Riff and those guys, they did like a response to one of my videos early on.
Yep.
And yeah, honestly, it meant the world to me at the time. It really did. So I'll be forever
now, when
thankful.
we did the response video to that, a lot of people were like, "Oh, I'm doing a response video to Retro Rivals." I'm like, "No, you're not."
We said right in the video that it was a response video to you.
It was like Chinese Whispers because I searched it a few weeks later, and everybody was replying to somebody. It was all right. Listen,
I know, but it was
somebody
a great
topic. Before me once upon a time. I don't know.
That was a fantastic topic because it was really thought provoking. It was really hard to decide.
I said, I think on my follow up video, it's crazy that it shows the power of YouTube because I'm just one man sat in his room with his phone.
Yeah.
In a small town in England. And honestly, all I did was I thought I'll do this conversation with myself. I had a shower before I filmed it. And I just thought in the shower what I'm going to do. And I went and did it. And then, it sort of blew up. And like I said, it just shows the power of YouTube and social media.
Absolutely.
Yes, definitely.
And you never know.
How you can change your trajectory with such a small thing.
That's true.
Yeah.
And you never know which video is going to be that video.
Yeah, you don't know what's going to go viral.
You just don't know.
Yeah. No, I think the key to that is don't look for it. Don't try and do it.
It's going to come out. It'll come out naturally. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, that's what we do too.
It has to be ergonomic. It just happens, and if people want to reply, they reply. I think you can't force it.
No, you can't. And because I swear to God, you can't see energy on someone's video unless they're really bringing it. Because we've thought we've brought energy before, and I'm like, Scott, were you sleeping? Did you take a Xanax? Like, what the hell's going on here? And but you can see fake.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
That's the one thing that you can see on video.
You see me? I didn't think you could see me at all.
100%. 100%.
Oh yeah.
And the thing is, you invest in people, don't you?
You
as
do.
Much as I've got YouTubers that they could make a video about carpet samples, and I'd watch it because I enjoy watching them.
Yes.
Yeah.
What irrespective, the content gets you initially to watch.
Yes.
I think to sustain a subscriber or a viewer, they sort of invest in you. So every view is a blessing.
It is. It absolutely is.
Yeah.
It totally is. I am drinking Sam's Cola and playing Cyberpunk on PS4.
Oh,
yeah.
On the
Cyberpunk
base model or
it's
the Pro?
Free Guy.
And how is it working? Is it patched up?
Free Guy. It was Free Guy. Yes.
Retro Ghetto is an ace. Love the channel. Gamester Dad.
Thank you, sir.
Let me see. Local Insomnia. Ryuken or Akuma as a character? Which one?
Favorite?
Your favorite?
Right. Here's my thing, right? Because I'm a big
Ryu or
Street Fighter
Ryu?
fan. I'm a big Street Fighter fan, but I'm terrible at the game. Okay, but I enjoy it. I love the artwork. I love the music. I love the lore. I play every game, and because I'm a big fan, I'd love to say that I play as some obscure character, you know, to give myself some sort of gravitas, like I'm a big fan. Yeah, I play as Ryu. I'm not gonna lie, I play as Ryu. I always have.
Yeah.
I know that's what, like, you know, every 12-year-old kid chooses, but that's who I play with. Just
if that's your favorite.
When it was in arcade, way back when, I would always tend to grab E Honda.
E Honda was good.
And I was decent with, back then, but I absolutely suck now. Like, only person that couldn't beat me probably be Jen.
It's the one game. I wish I was better at it. And I've toyed with the idea a couple of times of making a video of trying to get good.
Yeah.
One man's struggle.
You should do that with Hot Shots.
But I honestly think fighting games are the most purest form of gaming. And the reason I say that, I mean competitively, because a lot of games online, where it's shooters or sports games, you can win without being the better player.
Yes.
Yeah.
But on fighting games, 99 times out of 100, if the person you're fighting is better than you, you will get beat.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I love that about it. You know, when you play Mario Kart and it's got catch-up. See, that just winds me up. I don't like that. If someone's better than me, they should win. Not because I've got a blue shirt. But that's,
I totally agree.
There's a channel, level 857. There's a couple of them that are big into their fighting games. I think Big Chuck. I think he's big Street Fighter.
Oh,
guy.
yeah.
I love watching it. There's a channel, Maximilian Dude.
Yeah.
He's a really big channel. And I love watching people that are good at it. But I'm just not gifted with it. I just ain't been blessed with the ability.
I think you're either good at that style of game or you're not. I'm not good at those fighting games, the beat 'em up games, because I only do 2 moves. I jump and then I do a kick. That's all I can do. And if you can block that, I'm done.
I feel like decent at beat 'em ups, but when it comes to just a fighter, like when I say fighter, I think of like Street Fighter, Combat, and then beat 'em ups is like Streets of Rage or Double Dragon.
Yeah,
I feel like I'm pretty decent at beat 'em ups, but when I get on in Street Fighter, I haven't spent enough time.
And I can't deviate either. Street Fighter's ruined other franchises for me because I can't play Tekken or Mortal Kombat because I try and play it like Street Fighter. And my brain won't let me switch, so I can only play Street Fighter. So
yeah.
I like the Dead or Alive. Is it Dead or Alive?
Please explain this to me.
Yeah.
What's it like being a handsome sandwich? Oh, what's it like being in a handsome sandwich? Got it.
In a handsome
I'm like, I'm a handsome sandwich? I don't even know what that means. But I'm in a handsome sandwich. Okay.
I've grown the beard for you because someone told me you like bold men with beards. So I just,
a little bit.
I think Denver Gamer's in the sauce already.
Sega's
we gotta say it right.
I'm gonna say it right.
I'm gonna say it right.
I'm gonna say it right. Sega Zombie! I can do it! You need an intro, Sega Zombie. I can do it.
Legend. You know, you was talking before about people that are honest and people that are genuine. That's the most honest, genuine, nice man you will ever have the pleasure of talking to or meeting.
Oh,
and he gave me my first ever shout out.
Oh, nice.
And just a genuinely nice guy who does a lot for the community, very selfless. Anybody watching this, if you haven't watched Sega Zombie, go and subscribe because that's
definitely.
Generation Pixel has a message for you. He said, Retro Ghetto is a fake gamer. No real gamer has guns like that.
It's all the Wiimote. That's what that is.
Yeah, so Wii Sports.
Yeah, Wii Sports. It's all like boxing.
Oh, man. Let me see. Did I catch up a little bit? People are talking to other people, so maybe I got caught up. I'm so excited. Oh, 8-Bit Glitch, Tribes. Hey, how's it going? Tribes said, what do you guys plan to play next? Ghost of Tsushima, Cyberpunk 2088, Death Stranding. Don't know what I'm playing next. I got to get the community to vote on that.
Jen has to play something retro.
I have to play something retro. I'm constantly playing I'm constantly playing PS4. Let's just be honest.
I have
8-bit
to switch.
glitch.
Hey, what's up, 8-bit?
I can't go from like an open world big game to another one. I've tried it before and I end up passing good games because I'm just mentally not in the right space for it.
Yeah, I literally said the same thing to her maybe yesterday. I said, and it's weird because like if I'm playing something on the Dreamcast right now, and by the time I'm done putting my hours in to finishing that, I don't want to touch another game like that. I want to, I don't know, give me a Nintendo game or a PS4. And each one, like original Xbox, has a different feel graphically and everything, and that gaming era, everything, everything's kind of different there.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the best example of that, I'm sure we'll all agree, this is a great game, right?
Red Dead Redemption.
I haven't played it.
I came off the back of playing. I played Sleeping Dogs, which was a fantastic game.
Yeah.
And then I picked this up, and I just couldn't. It was just too much open world, starting again, 40 hours. So I didn't play this until when the second one came out. I'd smashed this in 2 days, ready for the second game coming out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It's just an example of sometimes you've got to be, it's the right time.
It's all about timing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, see, I'm like that with genre, because I will constantly go to a survival horror. That's my thing. I love it. But then I'll get burnt out of it, and it'll almost have anxiety from playing too much survival horror, or it just won't scare me like I want it to.
Desensitized.
I get a little bit desensitized, so I switch back between genre.
Yeah.
Who else do we have in here? Never Enough Tech. Hey, what's up? How's it going?
What up?
We have Ulysses, Harris.
Say it.
Drinking a Pepsi and playing Hades on PS5. Great game. Sure. Fred, Games Toys Hunter. Salute from France.
France.
Oh, bonjour.
Ooh la la.
Ben la. That's all our French words. Dennis has more French words, but
I expected Canadians to have better French, if I'm being honest, but I don't know. I expected Canadians to have better French, but
we got our French guy here.
Moi, je parle français.
Okay. No,
I don't say anything.
In school, but I didn't get much of it.
Well, every Canadian can tell you these few French phrases. Est-ce que je peux tailler mon crayon? Which is, can I sharpen my pencil? And
yes, because that's used on a daily basis.
But you do in school when you're in the 80s. And
you were forced to take French in school like the rest of us English guys.
And est-ce que je peux aller au salle de bain? Which means, can I go to the bathroom? And that's what you learn. That's what you learn because you need it for school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to sharpen your pencil and go to the bathroom.
How else are you going to pay attention?
That's true.
Put my pencil in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Lords of Alba. Hey, question. On Atari 2600 plus 30 games for $40 a good deal. Saw it at local marketplace.
For $40?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
As long as it works, I guess.
Yeah. You know what? I was at a yard sale 2 weeks ago, and they had a 2600 there. Not even the one I really wanted. I asked her, "What do you want on the Atari?" Just the Atari, no games. $80. I wouldn't take anything less than 75 or 80.
Yeah, something like that.
And I was like, "That's too rich for me."
No.
It was a hardcore now. We have SMR. Hey, how's it going? But you've told me to call you DC. Retro Mikey 78, Cowabunga, everyone.
Hey, Retro Mikey.
Hey, how's it going?
Cowabunga, dude.
Justin plays. Hey, how's it going? I just beat God of War PS4 last week, and man, the final battle was amazing.
It was amazing.
The ending on that game saved the game for me because there were moments in that game where I was getting bored.
You're making Sega Zombie blush.
Sega Zombie! I don't do it as good as Jen.
No, I do it like that. Oh, Marcus Bolt. Hey, peeps. Just checking in real quick.
Hey, buddy. What's up, Marcus?
How's it going? He's actually local to us. We met up with him last weekend.
Yes. He made me drink. He didn't make me. I volunteered.
Try the medium on Xbox. It's a horror game. Done. I'll do it.
Yes, I know.
Gavin. Hey, how's it going, Gavin?
What up, Gavin?
Gaming in the house.
Oh, easy going gaming.
4 goats on one screen.
Goats.
Okay, I've kind of ish gotten caught.
All right. Was Red Dead Redemption your first game that you,
No.
or was that just a random? We better
wasn't.
get into a game then, because you know what it's like with us.
Yeah, let's go with the game.
My first pick's a bit of a cheat code because it's technically more than one game. But this is probably, let people say what your favorite game is. This is my favorite cartridge. You know, like if I had lost my collection and I could only have one cartridge.
Cartridge-based game.
Yep.
It'd be this.
Nice.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes.
I see that.
I just got so many good memories. I remember a Christmas morning. I did a video of my life in gaming. I don't know if you guys saw it.
Yeah, I saw it.
And that got more emotional than it was supposed to. But yeah, this was a very good Christmas. I woke up to the big SNES bundle, the yellow box, All Stars. And I had a Nintendo, but I was a bit young to really have too many memories.
Yeah.
So even like Mario 1, 2, and 3 that came out on the original Nintendo, I only know them on the Super Nintendo, really.
Okay.
Yeah, I just think 3 of the best games ever made, plus Lost Levels. I could play this over and over again. So yeah, this, if I was Desert Island game, I'd take this, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Have you finished
I
the
played
Lost
through it.
Levels? Did you play through it? It is
recently.
freakishly hard.
Yeah, I played it this year. It's on my
It's a collection of the Mario games.
It's on my game
Oh.
computer.
And then there's Lost Levels that you've never played before.
But I was better at it as a kid for some reason. I did it as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found it harder as an adult. I think part of that from, you know what it's like, we're spoiled now, aren't we? We've got so much choice, so many games. You don't want to get stuck on a game for hours on end because you feel the pressure of all the other games you're buying.
Yeah.
Whereas I was that generation where you only got a game on your birthday or Christmas.
Yeah.
So there was no pressure to spend a day trying to make one jump on Mario Lost Levels. It didn't matter. So I think that added to it a bit. But yeah, I love this. I love this cartridge.
Oh, definitely some great games on that.
Absolutely. Oh, Modan. Congrats on your find yesterday, Jen and Scott.
Oh, you're talking about the Turbo Tap.
We found a Turbo Tap for a TurboGrafx 16.
Modan.
Just sitting on a shelf.
That's nothing compared to what I picked up at Value Village.
We have a video.
I actually had to do a video. It blew me away. I couldn't believe I'd seen that there.
Yeah.
Okay,
$6.99.
no spoilers then. We'll have to stay tuned and watch the video.
Yeah. We won't even tell you.
I want to know.
We already told you.
I wasn't paying attention. No.
Did you tell him?
I think I did.
No.
Loco's saying, for me, it was Super Mario World on the SNES.
Yes, that's an awesome game.
My next game is my favorite game ever.
Oh,
so.
ever? Is it The Last of Us 2?
No, it's not The Last of Us.
Damn it.
Well, then you're wrong. It's not your favorite game.
My opinion, the thing is about The Last of Us 2, you could spend a day discussing it. But for me, I think the game would have been better if it had finished 2 hours before. I don't know why they added that bit on the end. I don't think it was necessary. The thing is, if you're gonna get to an end and not kill the other person, why do more and still not kill the other person? You're not gaining anything.
Yeah.
I see your thought process. Yeah.
It felt like a waste of 3 hours of my time. Like, I should have just finished it before.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you know what? That stuff could have been elongated too. What?
I don't think it's a happy ending. Everything's a happy ending. Killer, drowned her, cut to credit.
I wouldn't
that be the happy ending though?
I didn't want to have to choose.
That's why my favorite Marvel film was, you know, when Thanos clicked and they all. That was brilliant.
It was epic.
It was epic.
Oh yeah.
I'm crying. I loved it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude, we went to the theater to see it, did we not?
I took my son. We skipped school that day, and I took my son, and we watched that. We actually watched both the what was it? Endgame and the
Infinity War.
Infinity Wars.
Yeah. I took him. We jigged and went and watched both those. And I remember at the end of that, the theater was completely silent. Like people were just like, "What the hell?"
Did you guys watch Game of Thrones?
We didn't.
Not enough of it.
No.
I watched, I think, the first 5 seasons, and I kind of fell out of it. And it was
the people in the chat will know the whole way through it. I wanted the Night King to sit on the throne at the end. So basically, the bad guy.
Yeah.
I thought, what a great ending! If you know what I mean, if the world just goes to shit at the end.
That is a great ending because you never forget that stuff.
Yeah, everything's too happy, but that's you know, maybe
I agree. I like that stuff too. What do we have here? What did you expect about Grand Theft Auto 6?
I can't really speak much about Grand Theft Auto because I really haven't played a whole lot of them. Dennis has played a few.
Yeah, I played a bunch of them. If Part 6 is any part as good as Part 5, I'd be in. I love Part 5.
Yeah.
Joe, I find the only thing with the Grand Theft Auto series is now that I played Part 5, I tried to play some of the older games again, and you can't.
It's not as good.
It doesn't hold up anymore.
The remastered on it, it's been announced the last couple of days. They're coming out. Vice City, San Andreas, and Grand Theft Auto 3 are being
HD. They remastered them.
Oh, cool.
Remastered. The Switch as well. All 3 systems, I think.
Nice.
Wow.
Call that easy money.
Easy money there for sure.
Easy money.
Gernaldino saying his favorite films tend to be where the bad guy wins too.
Yeah.
And Sega Zombie said Streets of Rage 2, the best game for me, or is it Outrun? Let's see.
I thought he'd have a Nintendo game. But, hey.
I love Streets of Rage 2. Love it.
Now I'm curious. Let's see what your favorite game is. I'm very curious.
Yes. Yeah. That's an awesome game.
And the thing about it is, for me, I know it's my favorite game because it's not even nostalgia talking. My uncle had this when I was young, when the Super Nintendo was out, and it was a bit advanced for me. I was Mario level, left to right. I knew what I had to do. This, I didn't have the brain capacity to play through Link to the Past at that age. So this is something I sort of discovered as an adult. And I don't know, there's something magical about this game.
I only played through that 2 years ago, I think.
It's like cracking a box, basically. It's like a heroin cartridge. I don't know what it is. But the music, the colors,
everything.
It doesn't need a remake. They don't need a remaster. They don't need nothing.
No,
it's perfect the way it is.
Yeah,
perfect. It's a perfect video.
You take that game and every boss fight is epic.
Everything about the game is nothing I don't like about it.
Yeah, I have to play it.
Yes,
I have not played it.
Yes,
phenomenal game.
Yeah, I must have played through that game. Oh my God, like at least 15 times, I'm sure. I'm sure it's at least 15 times, if not more.
Times, right?
Oh yeah, I could pick it up right now and
bye, Gib.
I'll play through it. You know, I love it that much.
Or Gordon, but I never knew his real name until now.
Gibbo, send me something in the post, mate. It's on its way.
Sega Zombie said it's the only Zelda worth playing, in his opinion. Is it one? See, I
don't have enough of experience with Zelda. I played through that one. That was literally my first Zelda game I played. Then I played Breath of the Wild, and I haven't finished it. I got bored fast. And then I played through Zelda 2, the Adventure of Link? Yeah. I'm not a fan.
I actually enjoy it.
I'm not a Zelda fanboy. There are Zelda games I like and some that I don't like. I'm one of the few people that didn't enjoy the remake of Link's Awakening. There was nothing wrong with it. I found it a lot of walking for walking's sake. There was a lot of backtracking.
Okay.
And I just think maybe gaming's evolved, or maybe I've evolved, and I don't want to spend an hour backtracking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Don't have that kind of time now.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with the game. I was just happy to finish it.
Yeah. Did you just say you did not like Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link? Then why the hell did we buy the sealed one?
Because it's a sealed game. I didn't play it until after we bought the sealed game. So that's a piece of history. That's why we got that.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Hey, what up there, King?
Retro. Yeah. Hey, what's up, King Collector 9000? I popped that up and then I just.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, by the way.
Retro Ghetto, what did you think of Link Between Worlds?
Never played it.
I haven't either.
Never played it. I'm not. That's a handheld game, right? Was it DS or one of the Game Boys?
Oh, I don't know.
I've never played it. I don't know.
I'm not big on handheld. I never have been. I'm hoping to get the the adapter for the GameCube.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to get one of them soon, so I can advance my Game Boy library. But I've never been a handheld gamer. Never.
I'm with you. I've only played through. I don't even know, maybe half a dozen games handheld.
Yeah. I mean, even my Switch, 90% of the time I play it dock.
I dock it, yeah.
I like it handheld, but one game I did find that I really liked on the 3DS was Castlevania Dawn of Sorrow. Or is it DS game? DS?
Yes.
Yeah, so now I have to have them all. I have to have them all.
Yeah, the only handheld games I play we can't discuss on stream.
Start playing those when you're a teenager.
We have Philly Joe in the house. Big fan of Get to Know Gamer, and thank you for having our boy Retro Ghetto on.
Oh boy, I wonder where I have been.
I wanted to make this happen with all our there's so many UK people we haven't had on. What?
I think it's my dad. Is that his boy? My family's 20 years of child support, so
I need a refill, guys. Dennis does too.
Yeah,
Jen's a lightweight.
Because I'm reading chat.
Oh, you can't read and drink at the same time?
No, so sad. Okay, go do your thing.
I'll be right back.
You fill me up.
That's what she said.
Sega Zombie saying Breath of the Wild was a bore fest. LOL.
I've never played through it, but you either love that game or you.
It's in my pile. It's in my pile. I loved it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's on 3DS. It's so good in my opinion, at least. The one that Mr. Matthews mentioned. It is on the Link Between Worlds.
That Link Between Worlds.
Yes. Oh, Dan Bunch of Numbers. Another vote for a Link Between Worlds on the 3DS.
See, my problem is if I start playing games for consoles I don't collect for, I'll end up collecting for it.
Yes.
I don't need anything else to collect for.
Oh my God. I know. Well, we started collecting for. I know we started collecting for one before we had a system for it. What was it? Oh, Dreamcast, but we also started collecting for the PSVR before we had the VR. We started collecting for that. That
What's
is
the VR?
I love it.
See,
You love it. Shut up.
I haven't unpacked it. Since I moved house, I've not unpacked it. And I think I've played it all. Like, I enjoy it for what it was.
Yeah.
The most fun I had with it was Astrobot.
Oh,
It's
amazing.
a phenomenal game.
Amazing.
If they made more games like that, I think it would.
Moss.
I guess Moss is very similar.
I think that's the niche at this time.
It
sort
is.
of like Nintendo style games, platform games, games that are fun.
Yep.
I think there was too many games that were trying to be adult shooters, horror, and I don't think the technology's there, in my opinion, yet. I don't think
it's not, because some of them are so choppy they make you nauseous.
Yes.
Yeah, I bought Doom on it and I played it for 5 minutes and just
Have you tried Until Dawn Rush of Blood?
I've got it. I've never tried it.
Now that one's a good game.
That's fun. Yeah.
That's a worth.
It's gonna sound really weird, but I got it with the system. I got it disc only, and I'm such a weird collector that I have no impetus to play a game if it's just a disc.
If it's just a disc.
Like, if I had the collector's edition, I'd be playing it. But I don't know, it's just weird like that. So
it's a short game. I would say you could go through it in 3 hours.
Yeah.
I played Rocky. I did the Rocky game.
What'd you
think? That one.
That was a workout.
Yeah.
Yeah, cardio that is. Yeah.
I could probably use some of that.
What do we? Oh, Walking Dead Saints and Sinners. I made that one a bit interesting. But I got so scared by the zombie when he got a hold of me, I started making circles. I just started twirling around.
She thought she'd spin the zombie to death. It almost worked.
Almost worked. Oh, the PSVR is good, but the PSVR 2 looks to be amazing. I can't wait.
Yeah, I'm waiting. You know, I hear a lot of YouTubers talk about the PS5, the Xbox Series X. That generation hasn't really had a drastic improvement in graphics and all that compared to the last generation. I think the VR is going to have a big jump.
I hope so.
Yeah. I think it needs to. At the moment, I have no pull to buy a PlayStation 5. I don't care that I can't get one because I've got no interest.
Yeah. We have one and barely turn it on.
Until God of War comes out, I've got no interest in buying it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I agree.
Again, I'm waiting because I know they'll bring out a God of War console and a revised console and all that. And I just think, we're in a privileged position as well when you've got this many games that I'm not in a rush.
Mm-hmm.
I've got enough games to play.
Yeah.
And I rarely collect for current generation because I'm cheap. I don't want to be paying.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
What do we have? 3-4 games for it? Now
yeah.
I don't know if we have that.
Dark Souls.
My next game is
Demon Souls. Yeah. I don't think there's much. Sega Zombie said he hasn't touched his PlayStation VR since he got the Oculus.
I hear that.
Yeah.
I hear the Oculus is amazing.
We found a way to play the Oculus though. We're gonna get it for our son for Christmas.
Do you want me to do my next game while Sega Zombie's on?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is a game that got me into the whole genre. Thunder Force 4 on the Mega Drive. I think in America it's called Lightning Force. The spelling wasn't right, but we won't talk about English to American. But Lightning Force, I think it was called in America. But Thunder Force 4. Amazing game. This is my favorite soundtrack. I actually own the vinyl.
Oh, do you?
Oh.
We're not collecting vinyls.
We're not supposed to say vinyl here.
No.
Get involved with vinyl, mate. Honestly.
See?
No. That's a whole other ball game.
When we move the workout room, you can have some vinyl. But there's no room for it in here.
Hey, it's only thin. Don't take up any room. It's so thin.
See?
You're not helping.
Vinyl's the way. Once you hear that crackle when you put, oh mate.
Yeah.
But yeah, this game,
would love it.
This game, but this got me into. People call it shmup, shoot 'em ups, whatever you want.
Yeah.
Again, I think like fighting games is a very pure form of gaming. Like there's no shortcuts. You've got to study the game.
Yeah.
I'd probably put more effort into this game than any game I've ever put into completing.
Oh.
I must have hundreds of failed attempts. Really had to learn every inch of the game to finish.
You do.
That's number 4, right?
Yeah.
I'm almost positive they still call it Thunder Force over here.
Right.
I'm looking at it on my shelf. Thunder Force 3. Me and Dennis have played.
Thunder Force 3 is a very interesting one because it got a UK release, but as a Genesis game.
Yes.
Weirdly.
Yeah.
So the only way you can buy it in the UK is a Genesis game, but it plays on a Mega Drive.
Huh.
Weird.
Now, I don't know if I've ever seen 4 over here. So I'm wondering if we even got an NTSC release.
Well, he said it was lightning. Or lightning.
Oh, maybe that's what I'm not looking for the right one.
Could be.
Yeah. Definitely check it out. Definitely worth hunting it down. It's amazing. Soundtrack is phenomenal.
Well, we loved 3. 3 was awesome. Do you remember? You don't remember it?
Maybe.
Played it on the Genesis Mini console there.
Oh, was that the one that we were getting our ass kicked?
Always.
That's all the games.
Yeah. I remember. It was fun. Yes.
It's my favorite 16-bit shmup. There's Musha as well.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's is expensive over here.
Yeah.
What's up with Super Castlevania 4 on the SNES?
Yeah, I've got.
Do you have it back there?
Yeah.
Modane saying Vader Immortal on PSVR is good. I assume because he added an exclamation point.
I've been hearing good things about that Vader Immortal.
Oh, name one game from each one of y'all that you want to return to be on PS5 or Xbox Series X or Switch. It can be any game you played. So we want it remade on the newer console?
Parasite Eve.
Shocking information. Scott wants a Parasite Eve.
Days Gone.
Is that Days Gone?
Yeah.
It's the most underrated game.
It is.
It is.
How do you even like that game?
Shut up.
I played through it. I finished it. I played through it again for 2 times in a row, and I'm like,
no,
only the best game ever. Loved it.
I went into it with no expectations because it got very bad reviews.
Yes.
From what I understand, it needed a lot of patching.
It was almost broken there. Denver Gamer said it was almost unplayable when it first came out.
Yeah, but I didn't play it until it was cheap, right? So
same with us.
2 years later, I picked it up. I had no expectations. And I think sometimes
it's so good.
Because we live in that internet era, we go into games having watched reviews and you know, you can't be influenced by people and you expect it to be good or bad. But I absolutely loved this game. I loved it. It's one of those games I didn't realize how much I loved it until it finished.
I know.
Because I feel like I wasn't ready for it to end, and that's very rare for me. Very rare.
That's why I played for a second time around. I finished it, and I said, I'm not done killing zombies. And I started, and I played the new game plus.
Did every last single thing.
And I did everything, every horde, everything. I did everything twice. I loved it.
And then they scrapped the number 2, haven't they? Pulled it.
Oh my God.
So far.
I'm so pissed because I'm a big Last of Us fan. We all are.
Yeah.
And I don't want
start in 10 years' time as a Kickstarter or
yes. But I don't want another Last of Us. That's I guess why it got scrapped was because they're they're
remastering
The Last of Us for PS5.
Or remaking.
I'm like, I think don't it's remaking. Care.
Yeah, they're remaking the first one.
I mean,
it doesn't need it.
It looked good anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why are we doing that and getting rid of a brand new game?
If a game's HD, I don't think it needs a remake.
No.
No.
Just leave it be.
Yes, exactly. That's how I feel. I would rather have a Days Gone 2.
But you know what?
100%.
You guys are going to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why they make it.
And that's why they make it, because they know it's guaranteed money.
But
easy money.
But I'd buy a Days Gone 2 if they made it 2.
Yeah.
Ginger Hippie Gaming 42. Hey guys, how it's going? How's it going?
How's it going?
Not pronouncing anything right now. Retro Obsessed. Hey, what's up?
Hey, Retro.
Oh, we have Samantha in the house.
Hey, Samantha.
Love the PSVR. I'm super happy and behind in the PS4 library.
Did you know that Samantha dropped her first YouTube video?
She did.
What?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to have to go check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's the, you have to send me the link.
I will. I like VR when I can get the kids off of it.
Yeah. My kids have yet to experience VR.
Just bring them over. Lightning Force.
I mean,
Sega Zombie saying the same. Musha's the best 16-bit shooter.
Yeah,
I've never played it.
Yeah. I hear a lot of people say that.
It's too damn expensive now. I have to get myself an EverDrive.
It is. It's one of them ones they're the sort of games that need to come out. That's what annoys me. I think, companies like Sega and Nintendo, I'd like them to look at the games market a bit more and not necessarily release it physical, but games that are very expensive and they're not attainable for gamers to play. I'd like them to put them on the Nintendo eShop and things like that.
Yeah.
Access to them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you say what game you would want remade?
No, because I'm keep thinking about it and I don't know what game it would be.
Jen, do you even know?
Well, I want Resident Evil 4 remade.
It's happening.
But it's happening. So somebody else, Michael saying The Suffering would be brilliant.
When I first read that, I thought it said Michael Bolton. I thought Michael Bolton was watching our live stream.
So they say Golden Axe.
Golden Axe, but then
Golden Axe, yeah.
It is happening because yeah.
Is it? That's awesome.
It's happening. Sega Zombie said it's happening.
Oh, that's awesome.
Generation Pixel. I would play Parasite Eve if it ever gets a PAL release. Let it go, Scott. You tell him. Retro, have you played ActRaiser on SNES?
Yeah, I've got it up there. Good game. Very interesting game. I haven't finished it. I need to give it more time. You know when you buy a game and you just put it in to make sure it works and you have a couple of hours?
Yes.
I've never sat down and thought I'm going to finish it yet, but I will do because it's an expensive game.
I've never played it.
I think probably like a lot of collectors, when you pay more money for a game, you've got more impetus to get your money's worth.
Yes.
So
Gernaldino saying we need a Dino Crisis on current gen. That would be awesome.
F-Zero, definitely.
F-Zero, yeah.
I'd like them to re-release the original F-Zero on the SNES, but make it 2-player, make it a bit more modern.
Yeah. I'd be all in for that.
Yeah, put it on the eShop, a few more stages, say multiplayer, online. You don't need to do a lot. But that's Nintendo.
Mr. Matthews is not behind us having an RE4 remake. That's how I feel about RE4 remake. Thanks, but no thanks, Capcom. It's sacrilegious that Nintendo has forgotten about Zero. It's one of the best IP.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah.
And Generation Pixel saying the same. Last of Us looked good on PS3. Doesn't need a remake. Exactly.
No, it is true.
It does not.
It's not necessary.
If you're looking for an F-Zero fix, there's a game on the Wii U called Fast Racing Neo. That's similar. It's like a modern version of F-Zero, so it might scratch the itch a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Davis?
Davis in the house.
And Easygoing Gaming.
Wow, what's up?
He was here already.
Well, but
still here.
Oh, it's still
let
here.
me pretend like I forgot because I did.
Yeah.
I think Parasite Eve would sell surprisingly well if it was remade.
Oh yeah.
Beat Saber will
Scott
always
would
bring
buy
me
it.
back to the VR. I would love to see Tony Hawk Underground 1 and 2 get a facelift.
There's a few I'd like to see, but I've got them down here. So,
So let's grab another game.
Okay, let's grab another game then.
not this one. This one doesn't need a remake. This game's perfect as it is.
Okay.
So I've tried to do them chronologically. So stepping up now to Dreamcast. And it's Street Fighter Third Strike.
Oh.
Mm.
Did we get that in? Was that a North American game too?
Yeah, I think so, but it's super expensive over here.
Oh, that's why we don't have it.
It's expensive here as well. The thing about fighting fans, they're very die-hard fans.
They are.
So games are very sought after, the original games. I'm a massive Street Fighter fan, and I wanted to pick a Street Fighter game, and I think it'd be a bit boring to talk about Street Fighter 2. Everyone's talked about that game.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
So aside from that, I think this is the best Street Fighter game. The music, the artwork, the characters. Again, I'm terrible at it, but I just love it. I love everything about it.
I can assume that on the Dreamcast it looks pretty damn good.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
I bet, because I'm playing a Dreamcast game right now, and I'm thinking it looks pretty damn good for being. Yeah. I think it was made in 2000 or 2001.
Yeah. Sometimes I get a bit annoyed when I look back at consoles retrospective because I don't collect early 3D consoles. I don't collect N64, Saturn. They're just not my thing. I like because I don't think they're held up that well personally. I've got bad eyes.
No, I agree with you there.
I struggle with the polygon. So I look back at consoles like the Dreamcast and I wish they'd made more 2D games. I wish I was wanting for 2D games on those consoles. And like a game like this, which was 2D, and the artwork is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's just a phenomenal game. And if you play it on a good TV, like an old school, like Bang & Olufsen TV, the music is, just one of those special games. As soon as you put it in, it just visually,
it's
music,
stunning. Everything is.
Definitely.
Well, they had to back then because they had to make everything just perfect, especially the music. Like they really had to get that in there.
Like we play modern games now. They're done, music and sound effects. Everything's epic. But there's just something I love about the old school stuff. You put the old school stuff in and like just time travel back to 20, 30 years.
It's almost like the limited hardware that they had to put more effort into these things.
Yeah.
When you look back at early consoles like Super Nintendo, Mega Drive, some of those soundtracks and they had such a limited capability.
Yeah.
And what they were able to produce is phenomenal. I just
agree.
The same effort these days because they can just put any music on they want. Just get a composer in and let them do what they want.
Exactly. Justin Plays is asking, I picked up Cyberpunk Sealed for $10. Yes, $10. Is it fixed yet? Or do I just continue to wait for it to fully work?
I think PS5 is fine to play from what I hear.
It was the PS4 port that was really bad.
Yeah.
From what I understand.
I think it was the best on the Series X, and I think PS5 was pretty good. I don't know. I really don't know because we don't have it yet.
We don't, because I wanted it, and I was like, nope.
We'll do what we did with Days Gone. We waited till it was cheap, then grabbed it, and it was all fixed at that point.
Yeah.
Then we loved it, right?
Well, that's what modern gaming's become, hasn't it?
Yeah. It's true. It's so true.
I made a video recently about are we in a golden era for collecting?
Yeah, I watched that.
Based upon the Xbox 360 and PS3 generation being a very good era of gaming, in my opinion, and you can pick the games up so cheap. And I think that's the last era where a lot of the games are complete. A lot of
that's
games,
true.
Some of them will need an update, but it's not imperative. The game's playable without it.
Exactly.
Whereas when you go to PlayStation 4 and so on, I mean, you can't pop them games straight in and play them.
No.
And that's a shame, I think.
I think the first game that really fell flat on his face for something like that was Fallout 76.
Yeah, possibly.
Yes, definitely. I'm hoping developers learn from this and learn from Cyberpunk. And
now, we're both game collectors. I actually said this to her just a couple days ago. I said, I don't know if I hang on to my PS4 stuff very long because I feel at some point it's just going to be a piece of plastic. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pop a PS4 disc into a PlayStation 6 or 7 and it takes it, accepts it, or if I'm going to have to buy a new version of it.
Let me just say this now because I'm thinking about making a video about that subject. So if you want to get involved with that, and
absolutely,
we'll have a discussion. I'm happy to, because it's an idea I've been toying around with myself. That maybe I cut off collecting at the PlayStation 3 360 era. But again, if you want to look into that further, I'd be happy to do a collaboration.
That would be a fun. That would be a super fun collab.
Yeah.
It worries me. It honestly does. Like, because we have, I don't know, we don't have 100 PS4 games, but like
a fair amount.
You know, at what point do the servers go down and they don't support those anymore? And if I haven't played them and my updates aren't on the machine and I go stick it in, it's just junk at that point. I don't know.
Without wishing to spoil a video that we've not even talked about making.
True.
The other way to look at it, and one of the things I've been thinking is, do you collect special editions, steelbooks, sleeve covers? So it's more physical media as opposed to the software.
Yeah,
that's true too. Dan wants to know. Dan Bunch of Numbers says, "What's the first remake of a remake?" I don't.
No idea.
I have no idea either. Is this like asking us a question, then you're going to give us the answer?
Yeah, just don't know. I hope Dan Bunch of Numbers knows the answer.
Yeah, I hope he does.
I say Final Fantasy VII.
No, there had to be a remake before that because Resident Evil 2 remake came out before Final Fantasy.
No, I know, but they remade Final Fantasy, but are they going to remake the remake?
Oh, shit. I have no idea.
Too early for that. Is it?
Who knows?
I haven't played the remake yet.
I don't know.
Never Enough Tech said he wished we could get a new Power Stone or Jet Set Radio Future.
Now, Power Stone. It's one of those ones I looked at and hard. They're on eBay, but collecting for the Dreamcast over here is tough.
It is.
I only have 4 games for my Dreamcast, and that's not one of them.
I don't have many. Dreamcast one of the things you never stumble across it.
Okay, so that's common everywhere then.
Yeah, I mean, and the cases are terrible. I don't know if the cases are the same there, but every case is broken here.
Yeah.
Dreamcast case is broken. That's why people buy. There's no such thing as a cheap Dreamcast game because if it's in good condition, people buy it just to switch it out.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. Samantha said, that's why I love the SNES. Everything still looks good today. Donkey Kong Country was mind-blowing. Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
100% timeless.
Yeah, it is. It's total. Like, I've played that in different stages of my life, and I could go back and play it in 20 years and still enjoy it just as much.
Yeah.
It was one of my favorite games growing up.
Yeah.
And
the funny thing is about the Super Nintendo, the games that were critically acclaimed for the graphics at the time haven't stood the test of time.
Yeah.
So when you look at things like Star Fox or Starwing, depending on where you are, that at the time was like mind blowing, but that hasn't stood the test of time.
No.
Whereas all the sort of standard 2D games, they're just as beautiful today as they ever were.
Yeah, that's
Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Oh my god, I could talk about that all day long.
You don't get many examples of 2D games on those consoles. So when you get them, like Symphony of the Night, I know there are parallax, different things going on, but it's a beautiful game.
It's
so soundtrack is beautiful too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gernaldino saying, I have already cut off collecting at 360. Anything beyond that doesn't have the appeal.
The games we grab for PS4 and up are games that we want to play, and I don't know at what point I'm going to hang on to them or what. I don't know where it goes.
You'll have to fight me.
I would have been surprised if the next generation is purely digital anyway.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
I think so too.
They'll always release collector's editions, special editions. They'll find a way to get more money out of you by selling you a toy or a map or something. But
yeah,
but I think for the most part, they're going to go digital anyway, aren't they?
I think they are.
That's what they want, so that's probably what's going to happen. It's going to be they're going to make more money in the long run if they don't have to spend money on some physical media, actually physically ship it out. Pay
for shelf space at a store, all that stuff. They don't have to do any of that.
The only thing genuinely that I think might have an impact on that is the power of Jeff and Amazon, because I don't think Amazon are just going to. Sony and PlayStation have all the money for themselves. They'll find a way to send something to people. I don't know how. He's the evil genius. I'll let him suss it out. But
I know
to get a piece of the pie somehow.
Amazon is crazy. Like
who of us? Or something.
Do you remember back seeing commercials on TV when Amazon first started? And I remember laughing to myself, like, that's not going to work. But I was like a teenager at the time, I think.
I don't know when Amazon came.
It's one of them, like, I always say in my videos when I do game hunts, support your local stores and things like that.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, if someone's giving you a product for a lesser price, at less effort, you can't knock the hustle.
True.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to go anywhere. You're like, click. Comes to your house.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, with the way that the state of the world is right now, with everything being on lockdown,
like off and on again all the time,
people have realized how easy it is to click what you want and have it sent to you.
People who have never done it before have realized that too.
Yeah.
Right?
Without wishing to tune into a completely different set of guests, there's a lot of conspiracy theories as to why certain individuals are getting richer out of this, and else poorer. So
now we're talking about physical media, and then we had mentioned getting it cheaper on Amazon. Like, does it piss anybody else off that a digital copy of the game is the same fucking price as a physical copy of the game?
It's more expensive.
Sometimes.
Yeah. Like,
infuriating.
Why?
Yeah. How can it be more expensive? And they say it's because of ease and all that, but that, for me, that's not a true reflection of profit margins.
No.
That should not be an excuse to say, well, it's more convenient, because that's completely irrelevant, because they're saving costs on delivery,
exactly,
etc. So the whole bullshit argument, excuse my French,
you can French it up all you want.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's absolute bullshit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because anything digital. Go ahead.
I'm very adverse to buying digital anyway.
Yeah.
It's very rare. I only do it when it's very, very cheap and the physical's very expensive. So, for example, I bought Celeste for like £6 on the eShop, and the limited run game's like £80. Like I could justify the difference.
Yeah,
but I don't like doing it.
If it's not something you have to have in your collection and you can get it for way cheaper, then I agree. I hate the idea that I could buy that game and not buy the game, just buy the digital, and then my system does a reboot or whatever, it needs an update, and then all of a sudden my game's gone, and then I can't get a physical because it's now like $200, $300, $400.
Absolutely. And the flip side of that is it makes it very hard to spend your money on a game when you've already played through it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I played through Celeste, as I say, and the other game I played digitally was Blazing Chrome. Have you played that?
Yes, that's awesome.
Wow. Did I play that?
Yes. It's Contra, basically.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Another game that's very expensive here, very expensive physically.
It's expensive here too, yeah.
It's hard to justify it when you've already got it sitting in your eShop.
Well, that's just it.
Yeah.
That's why I don't get involved with ROMs. You know, people will say, oh, this Super Nintendo game is very expensive, I'll play the ROM. But if I play the ROM, I'm not going to want to go and pay X amount of money because I have no impetus to play it for the first time.
Yeah.
So
and we've gotten like that. We've gotten like that with our EverDrive stuff.
Now
I don't even look at Nintendo anymore.
Look at Nintendo now.
Because I have the entire library on this EverDrive.
Yeah, I'd rather spend my money on.
It's a gift and a curse, isn't it?
It is. It really is.
Like I have the whole library at the tip of my finger, but you know, I'll choose to spend my money on like a PS1 game now instead.
Yeah, but it's the same as like Pandora's Box, things like that. You know, there's every comment section in the world there's somebody saying buy Pandora's Box, and I get it. Like, you know, if people aren't interested in collecting or they've not got the collector's disease, as I call it, I can understand they wouldn't comprehend why I'd rather buy it and pay the money for it. But equally, I just find myself flicking through the thousands of games and not really playing anything.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Play anything. It's like when you go on Netflix and you spend more time flicking through films, arguing about what you're watching and not watching.
Yes.
Yeah.
Than what you actually watch.
Did you guys have Blockbuster over there? I missed Blockbuster.
Yeah.
I missed those days.
Yeah.
Well, that was a Friday night in itself.
It was.
Yeah, it was experience. It's like that was another experience. It's gone.
We still have Toys R Us.
Yeah,
in Canada. Yeah. But you know what? We never go. It's weird. You have it now. If they took it away tomorrow, I'd be like, that really sucks. We don't have a Toys R Us.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly how it works.
I almost worked at Toys R Us.
Did you?
Yeah, but I didn't.
Good story.
Good story.
I found one Dreamcast game in the wild. Yeah, they're hard to come by.
Yeah.
I found two because Phil picked them up for me.
That's true.
And the two that we got are awesome. And then Phil always tells me I wish I had kept them for myself.
Too bad, Phil. I missed a bunch of comments.
So I do another game.
Comment. Yeah, let's do that.
We're ready.
Okay.
PlayStation 2 on now.
Do you know what would be fun? Because Scott can't hear us because we're on mics. When he comes back, we can try to get him to guess what the game is by just giving him a few hints.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you now, though? Do you want me to show you what it
is? Yeah.
So this game, I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite games ever. I do really like it, but it's something it's got a lot of similar interest things I like, basically.
Yeah.
So it's Def Jam, Fight for New York.
Oh, nice.
So I'm a big hip hop fan.
Yeah.
And this just came at the right time. You know, I was like young teenager, you know, doing whatever young teenagers do, and it's like a moment in time. This game, you know, the baggy jeans and bling bling era and all that.
Yeah.
It's such a moment in time, and it's still a very good game. A lot of PlayStation 2 games I don't think have stood the test of time very well. As we spoke about before. I put them in and think, and then I play it for 10 minutes and think,
no.
Yeah.
Is it as expensive there as it is here? Maybe not on the PlayStation 2, but it is here on the Xbox. You're not allowed to come over yet. You stay right there.
What?
Stay.
Why?
Stay.
Why?
Because we're playing a game.
Play a game that I know the answer to, or
that's the thing.
Okay,
you have to guess
come
it.
over.
All right, come over.
Come over. Don't show him. We're
Don't
gonna try
show
to
him.
give you clues. He brought out his next game, but we're gonna try to get you to guess what it is.
what system is it on?
It's on.
It's a PS2 game.
PS2.
It's also on Xbox
And GameCube, I think.
and GameCube.
I think so.
Okay.
There was 2 of them. I don't know. So basically, the reason why I wanted to show this is because it's my genre of music, and it came out at a time where it's like a snapshot of that moment in that genre of music, like baggy clothes, bling bling.
You got it?
Yep.
Era.
I think I got it.
Okay, go.
It's the Def Jam. Is it?
Yeah.
Fight for
Which one? Wait,
why?
Yeah.
Attaboy, Scotty. Scotty gets
Well,
it.
see, both of them are on the PS2, but
Yeah.
the Xbox only has Fight for New York.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Brilliant game. I played it recently, and it's stood up very well.
That opening, when you put that disc in and then you watch the opening of that thing gets you freaking hyped. You're ready to go.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just saying to Jen, it's not one of my favorite games ever. Don't get me wrong. I just wanted to talk about it because I'm a big hip hop fan, and it was very seminal in when it came out. I was a young teenager. Nobody likes music like they do when they're a young teenager, right?
Oh no.
Yeah.
You know, when you first start getting laid, that's your music for life, isn't it?
So, like, what, 24, 25?
Yeah.
Des, have you got laid yet?
I
don't even know what you guys are talking about. Laid? What?
We'll have to talk with you later, okay?
I don't.
Yeah, I just think it's one of them games that they couldn't remake it now because hip hop's changed, the landscape's changed.
True.
And this is when you play it now, it's so misogynistic, and you know, there's so many things that wouldn't be able to be done today
because there's snowflakes.
Yeah,
I said snowflakes.
Absolutely. But yeah, it's just fun, and just as I can say, as time shot of that era in music, and in my life, I suppose. So yeah, I had a lot of good memories of this one.
Now, do you consider that a fighting game or a wrestling game? Because I'm on the it's a hybrid of both.
I think this one's a fighting game. The other one, Def Jam Vendetta, that's more of a wrestling game, I think.
Okay.
More sort of like in a ring, and it was played more like a wrestling game. Whereas this one, you could go between different styles of fighting. You could unlock like Muay Thai and street brawling and that kind of thing. There's quite a lot in this game. There is quite a lot in it, and I think it's. I was just saying before you walked off that, or after you walked off, sorry, that it stands up better than most PlayStation 2 games. Graphically, everything really. I think it's. So you can still pop this in and have a good time.
Oh yeah, I played that less than a year ago.
Well, we played that not that long ago, did we not?
Did you play that too?
Yeah.
Probably.
Easygoing Gaming said it best when he said Def Jam Fight for New York, motherfucking classic.
Yeah.
And is X going to give it to you?
I tried to play through the Wu-Tang game, Taste of Pain, on the PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
And that hasn't stood up as well.
Okay. Well, a lot of PlayStation 1 games have really aged.
Yeah.
I'm very controversial with that kind of era. Like, I'm not an N64 guy. People love it, but I think it's generational.
I
do too. I didn't. I'm too old. I was out trying to get laid when N64 came out. So I only picked my first N64 up years ago.
So I'm like that with PlayStation 3, but we'll get to that in a minute, I think.
Okay.
But,
I know. PS3 was I enjoyed my PS3.
I feel bad we missed a lot of comments in the middle, but people are talking about the whole digital and the future of collecting and all that stuff. And we're right where
it's a hot topic.
It's a hot topic.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Good time to make a video about it.
Yes. King Collector won't be able to talk in the chat much because he's playing Uncharted 3.
Ooh.
It's a good game.
It's a good game.
Better.
However, probably my least favorite of the series.
I did 2, 4. That was it.
2 and 4 are the best ones.
Those are the best ones.
I mean, I don't know if it's just me, but there's certain games, and I'd say Uncharted's definitely in that category. They're good games, but it's a bit like watching a film. There's no pride in completing it. I don't feel good at it. It's just...
It's an easy...
Anybody can finish it.
Yeah.
Anybody. If you put the time in, you finish the game.
Yeah.
No, like, branching off or doing it in a certain way or being good at the game. You just play it. And I understand it is an enjoyable game, but I don't get a sense of achievement from those kind of games.
I get what you're saying there,
Yeah.
Unless you're like a trophy hunter and you have to get every little collectible, but I've never been that person.
No, I'm not a trophy hunter at all.
I don't
not to
either. I don't go back.
Not to steal easygoing gaming's name, but Uncharted is just easygoing gaming. You can kind of just like
Absolutely.
But I love it.
I do love it too. Modane's telling me I have to drink because I missed a bunch of the chat.
Attaboy, keep her honest.
Yeah.
Keep me thirsty, or keep me from getting dry.
Keep you thirsty.
You shut up.
Stay thirsty, my friends.
Uncharted. Oh, sadly, I'm a trophy hunter. That's okay. We'll still like you.
Yeah, it's all right.
I'm a trophy hunter depending on the games. Like, there's certain games that I want to accomplish everything, and there's other games where I'm like, I don't care about it.
I'm probably a 95% or higher in it for the story and the experience.
Yeah.
I'm the same. I play every game on normal difficulty.
Yeah.
I play through it, and then I'm done. And I think, listen, I'm not. It's very much first world problems, but I'm slightly a victim of how many games I've got, because
Us too.
even if I play a game and enjoy it, and then they release DLC, I ain't got time to go back.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in going back. I've moved on. Like,
I swear to God, at least once a month about playing The Last of Us 2 again. And I'm like, I don't have time for that, though, because I have all these games I haven't played. So I got to keep going.
You always have time for Last of Us.
Okay.
Always.
These two are like fanboys or whatever. And I'm like, well, I played through it. I loved it. And I will shelf it for at least 5 years. I've got a ton of games on the way.
I think the first one was better, in my opinion.
Yeah,
I'm torn. I just don't know. I don't know where to go.
There was
It's
moments
like
on, like the giraffe scene and things like that.
Yeah.
And I felt like in the second game they tried really hard to replicate that, go into a museum and that, and it just it felt a bit forced, in my opinion. It wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't quite the same magic that the first one had.
See, I have 2 children, so I got laid twice in my life. I don't love one more than the other, so The Last of Us falls in that category. I love them both
You're
equally.
comparing The Last of Us to your children?
Yes. Now don't ask me to choose between The Last of Us and my children, because I'll be like,
Did they really love the N64? Questionable. When we were like, don't get me wrong, I love it.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I had said that in a stream, and I think it was Pac-Man Case that called me out on it and said, I got to send you a list of games that get you into the N64. I'm like, yeah, fuck sure.
Yeah.
Do it. But I don't have the nostalgia for it, and it's aged. There's only probably a handful of games that are good, and they're damn expensive. So.
I'm with you 100%. Listen, you got Zelda's, Mario Kart, Mario 64. It's just not for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel you there. How should I screw up this name now? NMC? NMC. Are you an MC? Hi. What else do we have here? Some games earn the right to ask you to do more and hunt the trophies.
yes, Batman Arkham series comes to mind.
Well, you went after all the Riddler trophies.
All the Riddler trophies.
I think we're ready for a new Batman game.
Yeah.
What is it? Is it?
I would love
Is it
an
Arkham Knights? Game. Is that what it is? There's a new one coming out, but I don't think Batman's in it. But it's all the rest of them, like Robin and all the Young Justice guys, I think.
Samantha's saying that was me with the Breath of the Wild. I love that game so much, but never went back for the DLC because it's hard to get yourself back so excited for that game. Mm-hmm. You're not in that same mind frame when you first played the game.
when you go from a game and come back, you don't have a clue, do you?
You don't. You don't. Yeah. You're like, how do I even hold this controller? Like, it's.
What? You look at your inventory and it's like looking at something you've never seen before. You just ain't got a clue. It's so hard to go back.
It is. I totally agree with that. Oh, agree with that. Going back to games is difficult at the best of times. It is. It really is.
I think it works on fighters where you get new characters, like, you know, games that are online, competitive games, replayability in that sense. But I don't want to add a bit of a story to a story I've already finished. Like, I don't.
Exactly. Yeah.
I don't need that.
If you guys see me twitching, I've got a Charlie horse in my leg that will not go away.
Hey, Twitch, will you do your thing?
He's trying to fart. That's what he's trying to do.
I can't get rid of it. It hurts.
I love this. Ulysses says there are no good games for the N64. Not a fan. I never got into it. I was into PS1 and Neo Geo at the time. What I love is the follow-up to that was from Scepter. Neo Geo, you rich bastard.
Yes. I don't have a Neo Geo. I think I seen one once and just like, oh, I can't afford that.
Man alive. Gaming Off the Grid has a good video about top 10 games for the N64. They admitted it was a struggle to make. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. All right.
About N64. It's like, for me, it feels like, you know, when you talk about religion, like you don't want to shit on somebody's beliefs. Like, just do you, but it's not for me.
Okay. Yeah. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go pee.
What?
Wait. I'm going to go pee. You bring up the next game. When I come out, we can try to get me to guess what it is. It's not going to work.
I'll bet money.
If it's not Last of Us, you don't have a chance.
Yeah. It's not a PS4 game.
Make it a PS4 game.
She doesn't have a chance.
Oh, yeah, Shadow. But
if you describe it well enough, she might guess.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this game because it's my favorite Grand Theft Auto game. I just love the era it's set in.
Yes. I was going to say the music in that game is awesome.
The music set me up for life. You know, like Luther Vandross, Never Too Much. Like, to this day, they're some of my favorite songs. And I think this game is, you know, part of the reason for that.
Yeah.
I was a massive Scarface fan. I grew up watching that film. You know, people grew up watching The Goonies. I grew up watching Scarface. So it gives you an idea of what like, right?
You know what's crazy? I've never seen Scarface.
Wow.
I know. All right, you want to end the stream right now?
It's so funny how there are monumental like movies or games that you're like, how have you not watched it? How have you not played that after? Yeah. And it's just one of those things, right?
Oh yeah.
Well, speaking of like movies, my favorite film is Pulp Fiction, and I'd love that to get a game. I would love that.
Have I played it?
No, you have not played it.
God damn.
She's back.
Did anybody mention it in the chat?
You see your finger in the screen.
Okay,
there.
Did anybody mention it in the chat?
I don't know. I'm not reading chat.
I am going to say right now, I only got 4 hours sleep, and here I am on my second beer. I can't even see what the chat is saying.
Boy.
Yeah, okay. I wear glasses. I don't. I can't.
I'll strategically not look at it.
All right.
I think I'll show the post.
Oh,
you pulled my earplug. Not my earplug. What am I using?
This is the poster that's inside the game.
Yeah. There, Jen. That's your only clue. My poster's all sticky. can't unfold. You can't open it anymore.
Oh my god! I'm gonna make myself look like such an ass.
What? What? You're used to that. She has no clue.
I don't know. No. Wait, what system? Okay, that's the one I was thinking of.
Oh, she was right there. Yeah.
I was like,
that's what you knew it was, eh?
I went back to play this a few months ago and struggled.
Did you?
Yeah, it's the camera. You know, the twin sticks at the time, it just wasn't quite there.
Yeah, the last time I went back to a not Vice City, Grand Theft Auto game was which one was the one there? The Ballad of Gay Tony. Do you remember that one?
Was that San Andreas or?
Yeah, the San Andreas one. I went back to it, and just the controls were so clunky. I couldn't do it.
They're re-releasing these. I do think they need it. I think they genuinely do need.
If you can put those games to the controls of the Grand Theft Auto 5,
they're doing it in Unreal Engine. So I think HD remake in Unreal Engine. I think it deserves that. I think it needs that. So.
Oh my God, yes, because I remember playing through Grand Theft Auto Vice City, and I remember at the time I was like, this game is awesome. I loved everything about it.
Music, like I used to get in the car to go to the radio station.
Yeah, and you just drive around listening to the music. Oh, yeah.
It was all pretty new then. This is standard now, driving around and killing prostitutes. Yeah. But at the time, it's so blasé now. That's just like every day, right? Before you go to work. But
yeah, you see that in Mario games now.
Mario Odyssey, yeah. That mare, she was a whore, wasn't she? But yeah, I can't wait to do this again.
Oh, our favorite person's here.
All right. You want to try to pronounce his name?
Just say it.
Just say it quick.
Just say it real quick.
Okay.
Mike Hawk hurts. My cock hurts.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
Yeah, I get it.
Okay.
See, you know what the thing is? I didn't for the longest time.
Jen didn't for a long time.
And he never said anything. And he would come on our live streams. I was like, hey, Mike Hawkhurts. And I would really pronounce it out. And it never really dawned on me. And then one day, Dennis was manning the chat. And he was like, what are you laughing at?
I had a few drinks.
Mike Hawkhurts. I'm like, what'd you do?
Like you're supposed to be responding to the chat.
Happy Saturday, Mike.
Yeah,
I'll drink that.
Thanks for brightening my life.
Yeah.
So my next PS2 game, I don't know if you're ready for me.
Yeah, you go right ahead.
Mm-hmm.
This might not have made it to Canada. It probably won't be something that you guys would have been interested in, I don't think, anyway. Pro Evolution Soccer 3.
Okay.
It is football. Right, it's just a cat fight. It's football, yeah.
I had a discussion with a friend in Sweden about football, and he said, "Did you realize that Canada's women's team won the football?" And I was like, "Football?"
In the Olympics.
And I'm like, "Are you talking soccer?" He's like, "Yeah, but we call it football." And I said, "I know you guys do, but what the hell do you guys call football?"
Well, we don't play games like that. It's proper games, so we don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he said American football.
American sports. They call themselves world champions, but they're the only country that bloody plays it. So I don't know. I don't know how you can be world champion when you're the only country playing. But hey,
I know.
So how did you guys feel with Canada winning gold at the Olympics for soccer/football?
I didn't really pay much attention to football in the Olympics, to be honest, because it's not England, is it? It's Britain, and Britain didn't enter a men's team. I watched a couple of the women's teams games because the British put a women's team together. But I think there's a lot of politics involved. Football's such a big thing.
Yes, definitely.
And the thought of merging countries together it just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
But I think to me personally, it was a bit detrimental to the Olympics was that we just had the European Championships, which is a massive football tournament.
Yes.
Second only to the World Cup. And that finished like a couple of weeks before the Olympics. So it's almost like I was all sported out. I was watching 3 games a day.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Olympics rolled around and it was on at funny times in the morning and stuff. It just,
Yeah.
went ahead. Plus, we don't win many medals anyway.
We don't either.
Canada doesn't either.
Yeah.
We just look at the US.
We're
US
just happy to compete.
Yeah.
Happy to be invited.
We're just happy to be invited. I like what Dan said, riding around on Yoshi capping asses when we were talking about. But yeah, tell us why with Pro Evolution.
This for me, not only is it the best football game ever made, in my opinion, because it started to go towards, you probably can relate with sort of your NFLs and NBAs. It started to go online after this, and it became like competitive and pay to win and buy from players and all that kind of
thing.
Yeah.
Fully about gameplay. This was catch co-op. And again, this came at an era when, you know, I was sat around with my mates, killing brain cells, doing nothing productive.
Yeah.
We all have that.
We're doing that tonight.
Yeah, it was part of my growing up. You know, the banter we had with this, and the things that, the privileges that the winner would get, and the things that would happen to the people that lost, and yeah, just good times really. But yeah, a good game if you like football.
And you know what? Sometimes those games need to exist in your world, just like to bring you back to a simpler, happier time where you didn't have a lot of responsibilities.
Absolutely.
Yeah, those are. There's awesome
only one sport over here in Canada, and that's hockey.
Ping pong. What? Hockey. Sorry, I thought it was ping pong.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Sorry, table tennis.
The way football is over there for you guys, we are that passionate about hockey over here. Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Why does everyone laugh at my name? My father York had the same issue.
York Hawkers.
You know, my new favorite.
That Loco, just made my day.
Loco's agreeing. Hell yeah, Pro.
Yeah. And also finished Pro now. It's finished. Gone to, because they can't compete with FIFA. I know that FIFA gets released worldwide, so you guys will probably see copies of FIFA.
Oh yeah,
we see FIFA.
And it went online. FIFA was the quicker one to dominate the online marketplace. So Pro Evo got kind of pushed to the wayside.
Sorry.
So Pro Evo more, it's finished.
We're not like
Sega Zombie has to do a shout out here.
Give a shout out to my guns.
Always to lower the tone, like as always.
No, we have a friend, but his name is Mike Hunter.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look at him a whole new way now.
I know, right?
Mike Hunter.
A little bit of love in your eyes.
Yeah, there's only in the history of me gaming, there's only I think a couple of I'll call it soccer for me, but there's only been a couple of football games that I played that I could get into. I can't remember what they were. I don't think it was that one, but I do believe it was on the SNES.
Right.
But I don't remember which game it was, and I actually enjoyed it.
It was International Superstar Soccer that was released on it, ISS.
Okay.
Which became Pro Evo. That was the origins of it, and then just like name change.
Yeah.
Trax wants to know: is Wii U region free?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't know 100%.
I don't know 100%, but I'm going to say it's not, because I know there's a few games that were released in different territories that you don't see. You don't see them over here.
Okay.
There's quite a few games that got released on NTSC that didn't get released on PAL.
Did you guys got the Fatal Frame, or is that only in Japan?
Yeah, Project Zero it's called here. Yeah, I've got that up there. I'm going for a full set.
I know.
Oh, nice.
How many do you need?
I'm just over 100, and I think, depending on what you list you look at, there's 160.
Okay.
But I'm slapping myself a bit because I started 18 months ago and it was so much cheaper. And then I kind of ran out of gas, and I wish I'd got more at the time.
I know.
And now enthusiasm for it again, and so many have got so expensive.
Yeah.
And if I was coming to do it now, I wouldn't start. My advice, if anybody says I'm going to go for a full Wii U set, if you're starting from scratch, my opinion, no. Unless you've got deep pockets, it's not attainable like it should be.
And unless you're willing to flip. But flipping is a devil. Like,
there's a lot of mid-range games. There's a lot of £30 to £70 games, and then there's quite a few £200 or £300 games now as well. It's not cheap.
No, it's not. Mitch is saying football's only popular because there isn't always ice to play hockey on.
We're talking about football. Now I was watching what we call our sports center. Was it a big deal for you with the big signing of Messi with I'm trying to think of where he went. Paris, is it?
Paris, yeah. Yeah. I mean, he's arguably the greatest player of all time, but you know, it didn't involve an English club. And for me, crying in a press conference about getting 500 grand a week, I've got no sympathy. So
yeah.
He'll be all right.
Yeah, I think he's okay.
He'll be okay.
Sure. Mike says his nephew and him set up an arcade machine to play FIFA with on arcade controls.
Oh.
Sorry. Mixed up.
6 more days until Ghost of Tsushima and Madden 22. What? I'm missing something.
What do you mean?
So, I have no idea.
Isn't Ghost of Tsushima already out?
Is it coming out on PS5?
I think they're doing a director's cut.
Oh, okay.
Or maybe the Ghost of Tsushima is on Madden 22.
Oh, that would be interesting. I'm not sure how that works.
He's a killer player.
Might make American football more exciting.
Maybe. New DLC director's cut. SMR said. Thank you. What else do we have here? You can mod the Wii U to be region free, but it's buggy and can brick the console. Well, we don't want that.
We don't want to brick it.
No, definitely don't want to brick it. What's your favorite? Do you actually have a Wii U game in your stack?
No.
No? Oh. Do you have a favorite Wii U game?
Not really, because a lot of the major titles on the Wii U got ported to the Switch.
Yeah.
So standout game. To be honest, the reason why I'm going for a full set, I do like the system.
Yeah.
It just felt attainable at the time, and it was like a collector's goal of mine.
Yes, to have something.
Yeah, I wanted a full set. Like once upon a time, I wanted a kiosk. I wanted an arcade machine. I wanted a life-size statue. You know, these are just like collector's goals I've had.
Yeah.
And it's just something that at the time felt doable. Started down that path, and it is fun to collect for. It is, you know, I enjoy the process of collecting.
We do too. And not to piggyback on Pac-Man case, because I know he's doing it, but I've had half a thought to have all the Xbox original exclusives, because we do have, I think we have about 300, no, not quite, 250, 260 Xbox original games.
Yeah.
But there's no way I'm collecting all 1,000. I think I think it's about doing subsets. Keep doing. I've like goals. Me, I'm, you know, as you can tell, I'm a massive Super Nintendo guy. Yeah.
It's just about attainable goals. Like I recently completed in the PAL, we have a silver Konami box set.
Oh, so
nice. Silver box by Konami. And obviously they were on fire at the time, so they're like all good games. Super Nintendo is one of them systems where I buy any game for.
Any game?
You know, I've got American football games. I don't even know how to play American football.
Yeah.
Does it have to be in box?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I only collect box to this time.
So if it's Sega, if it's Nintendo, Super Nintendo, does it have to be boxed, or is that just SNES specific? Everything.
I only collect boxed.
Yeah.
Okay.
See, we've made concessions where we're like, okay, SNES, Nintendo, Sega Genesis to a certain degree, it doesn't have to be in a box. I will straight up refuse to buy a loose disc. Gross, bleh. I want it.
Snobby, holy
But it's like, what do you do with it?
I think for me that, as you guys know, because I've seen you guys got an amazing game room.
Thank you.
Amazing artwork. I absolutely love that Streets of Rage piece. Phenomenal piece that you did. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very talented. It's brilliant. So you guys will know it's as much about the display. And for me, I don't enjoy displaying a row of great. Yeah. I'll just come in here. My Mrs. Retro Ghetto, she laughs at me. I don't know if she laughs at me or berates me, one of the two. Sometimes when we go to bed at night, she'll come and say, "What are you doing? Are you saying good night to your games again?" And honestly, sometimes I'll walk in before I go to bed and I turn the light on and I just look. I just look at it all.
Yes.
And then turn the light on to bed. And she just laughs at me. It's pathetic, which I get. But yeah, I think
because I do the same thing.
If you spend a lot of your time, effort, and money on your collection, enjoy it however you can.
Oh, absolutely.
Listen, if you want to get your kicks from sniffing it, sniff it.
Story of my life.
Yeah, do what you want to do, right? For me, it's about arranging the games as well. Not so much now because this is like a makeshift game room, so I haven't put so much time into it.
I can't wait till we see a new update. I don't want to ask you questions because I want that to be on your video.
How's it going? I know you were dealing with contractors.
Still?
You know, I regret starting the series to some extent because I'd hoped it would be like more prolific, but I had a lot of issues with builders, and then with everything that's happening in the world, builders are very busy. They're picking and choosing their jobs. My budget for the project has doubled
because of the cost of lumber.
Yes. Also, there's always unforeseen.
Yeah.
I'm not a DIY guy by any extent, so there's things I didn't expect that would have to do. But it's not even the financial side of it that's held things up. It's just getting a builder.
Yeah.
The problem was we had a builder. We agreed a price. We booked him in. He was supposed to be starting September. And then he rang me and said, "I've been offered £50,000 to work on site." So like for a contractor. So that was sort of 6 weeks wasted where I thought I had to build. So I wasn't getting quotes and I wasn't talking to different people because I thought I was set. So that cost the best part of 2 months. So it's been a bit of a nightmare trying to get it going, but it's definitely happening. I'm speaking to people weekly. I never wanted to be a channel that does clickbait videos or bullshit videos, basically. I don't want to give people episode 3 and it's just nothing. People keep asking for it and people will watch it. I don't want people to be disappointed with watching episode 3. I want to have something to show you.
That's very commendable.
You want content, right?
Because you could put out episode 3, 4, 5, and 6 and bitch about not being able to find a contractor, but then you're not giving them anything. I get you.
I might at some point do an episode 2.5 when I've got a builder scheduled in, and you know there are things I could show you. I've bought things specifically for that room, furniture and cabinets. You know, things that I could show you. I bought a kiosk and things like that. And I could show you some of my plans, but I don't want to make a bullshit video, basically. So
that's very commendable. We feel the same way. Like there's no sense to making a video for the sake of just seeing if you can get people to like jump on and watch it, because if there's no loyalty there, they're just like, oh, click, bye, see you later.
Not a business.
No, it's not a business.
YouTube's a marathon, not a sprint, right? I don't.
Absolutely.
I don't just want to. I don't want to clickbait people into watching a video and then discredit yourself, or make people think it's about clicking on the next one.
No, for sure.
I'd rather put out something that I'd want to watch myself.
Exactly. Yeah, and you have to. At the end of the day, you have to be proud of what you're putting out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if you're not proud of your content, then it shows. I think sometimes.
To all those people that keep asking me where the game room is and episode 3 and that kind of stuff, nobody is more pissed off than I am. Trust me.
Yep.
No. But again, first problems. I'm sat here in a room that's mine. I'm not going to cry about it. Listen, some people haven't got, they're not lucky enough to have their own room.
That's true.
So I'm not going to bitch and moan about it. Hopefully we'll have an update soon. But the way it is at the moment, nothing's going to be being built until next year because everyone's too busy.
It's just not possible. Yeah.
Builder that can start soon is because they're not worth hiring. So
that's true. And you don't want to be doing repairs in a year from now going, good God, what I get myself into.
Absolutely. That's the other thing.
It could end up costing you more.
I spoke to my partner about it recently and I said, look, we're getting to that point where I've almost become desperate, but I don't want desperation to affect my judgment. I don't want to go with trust, or I'd rather get it right, and then commence with it next year, rather than rushing something just because I'm in a rush to do it.
Yep, that makes complete sense.
The whole house has ended up being renovated, so we just never stop.
Oh, I don't think you ever stop. When you become a homeowner, you're like, oh, now I'm going to do this, and now I'm going to do that, now I'm going to redo this.
Yeah. If I could see pictures right now, I would, but I don't have a kitchen at the moment. My kitchen's in my living room. I've got a washing machine and a fridge freezer in front of my TV.
Oh, jeez.
Flooring laid, we're having a new kitchen put in next week. Yeah, it's a lot, especially with a 3-year-old running around.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't care as long as you can make them hot dogs, and you can probably microwave that if you had to, I guess.
And you guys will know, I think I underestimated before I started YouTube that it takes up a lot of your time as well. I don't think people, and also there's no money in it. I don't think people realize this is just a labor of love. There's I think the total I've made since I monetized was probably about the price of the microphone I'm using now.
Yeah.
And then it's not done for financial gain.
No, not at all.
And then you have to manage your time and kids, and
this is my retirement plan. You make it happen, people. Make it happen.
Okay, you wanted me to leave this up on the
screen. Well, Corona in the can. What's up, first of all? But late to the stream, I'm going to catch you up. Retro Ghetto is kicking ass with awesome picks. I'm drunk.
Shock.
She's late on the chat.
Shock.
Scott can't stop peeing.
That's basically it.
That is it.
You know what? Last time I got up, I didn't realize I had to pee until I started pouring beer from the tap. And then that whole pouring beer from the tap, I was like, I gotta go wash.
Are you going to the washroom again?
Right as we speak.
Okay, well then.
I'm glad I'm sitting on the far side.
Then go to the bathroom. We'll do another game, and you can try to guess it again. Never mind, then fine.
I want Scott to be here for this one. I want to talk to him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it.
Did your bladder okay?
I'm good.
You're the master?
It depends.
Master of the bladder. That should be a game. Master bladder.
This is one of my favorite games ever made, and there's a story, and it kind of got me back into gaming. I've spoke about it before in my life in gaming video and things like that, and you touched upon it before. I went through that era of being distracted by the fairer sex and other things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gaming during the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 era. I just sort of played my football game and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
I was out of the loop basically. And one day I had this weird epiphany to go and buy a PlayStation 3 at midnight from a 24-hour supermarket, and it was a complete random buy off the shelf. And I don't think it's over exaggerating to say it changed my life, because obviously YouTube's now a big part of my life and things like that.
Yeah.
This isn't actually that copy, because this is a collection of, but it was God of War 3. It was just a complete random game, and I just fell in love with it. And I thought at the time every game was that good. I just thought, wow. I thought, why have I not been playing PlayStation 3 games all this time? I mean, I've even got
hands. Who think you bought it for the side quests?
God of War 3 is so good. I would sleep with Justin Timberlake.
All right, you're cut off.
You're done.
I think in some ways, when I look back at it now, it was too good, because they sort of killed the franchise to an extent, because Ascension had to go backwards, because they killed every Greek god in one game. It was such a good game.
But it was phenomenal doing it.
Yeah, and I think that's why on the latest game, you don't see Thor, and you don't see I've got his face tattooed on my arm.
Well, show us, and then we'll tell you.
I can't see that.
Oh, that's
Odin.
Odin.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yes.
So you don't see Odin. Do you know what I mean? You don't see them because I think they were conscious of not ruining the franchise in one go.
Yeah.
They killed so many gods in God of War 3, and I played through this game probably 5 or 6 times. And I just love it. I love everything about it. like I said, I don't like a happy ending, and he's like a very much an anti-hero, which I
like. What do you like better, the God of War on the PS4 or God of War 3?
Spoiler alert: God of War, the new one's down here, but I've got a different story for that. There's a different reason why I like that game, but I think I like this version. I like the fixed camera hack and slash, and I'd love to see them. I'd love to see them do that on a modern.
Ragnarok?
Yeah, no, do Ragnarok, do that, but make it like a separate game, like
okay.
Go back to the original style of fixed camera. You know what they could do with the beautiful graphics, because God of War 3 is such a beautiful game, and it feels so epic.
It does. You literally took the words out of my mouth. I was like, it's epic. The battles are epic. Like, for me, I love action. Oh.
Yeah. Oh. The first bit of the game where you're on Gaia, and it just feels like monumental.
Yes.
And I just think, as much as I love the new one, there are elements that I preferred of the old style.
Yeah.
We have a fun question. Sega Zombie saying he wished you lived closer. Oh wait, that's the wrong one. But he said, "Shame you're not closer because his whole family is builders." LOL.
Oh.
Well, hot damn.
I'll move.
Might as well.
Game Room 4.0. I was going for the all exclusives on the Xbox and Sega release, but have slowly started selling them.
Oh.
I completed my working design set 5 years ago. It was honestly a letdown. It was my one big goal on collecting, and I reached it. Now I have moved to playing my entire collection. Well, yes.
That's the thing about it's the journey, isn't it?
It is. It is.
You know, I often think I won the lottery tomorrow and bought every game. And what
do you do then? Yeah. This question is for the panel. Which female game character would you marry, kill, sexy time?
Lara Croft.
You're gonna do all three to
her?
That's the other
Which
thing.
one would I marry?
What were you saying?
The thing that annoyed me about the Uncharted series, I always liked the dark-haired woman. I thought she was,
Chloe was her name?
Chloe. Was it Chloe?
Wasn't it Chloe?
The one he didn't marry, basically. You know, the one with the attitude with the dark hair. Yes.
This year I'm on the quest of finishing off in the entire God of War series, because there's games I haven't played yet.
God of War
cannot
go wrong.
I haven't started Uncharted yet, and that I think is next year's quest to try to go through all those.
So which God of War have you got left to do?
I actually have Ascension, and I've never finished 1 and 2.
Right, okay. 1 and 2 are similar, they're both brilliant.
Yes. Yeah. I hear 2 looks really, really good for PS2.
Yes. I played them one after the other. Yeah. Contradictory to what we said before about switching games up. But I just enjoyed it that much. But Ascension got a bad press because it wasn't as good as 3.
Oh, it came after 3, yeah.
Yeah, it came out after 3, but it wasn't as good as 3 because they had to go like a prequel.
Okay.
And I think it was still an enjoyable game. It's still graphically very good. And I think if 3 never existed, it would be held in higher regard. But I think for me, the biggest letdown of Ascension was that you don't get... One of the best things about God of War is the weapons. Some of those like amazing weapons that you get. Whereas honestly, you just get upgrades to your existing weapon.
Yes.
The Athena blades, I think they're called.
Yeah, so you don't get like big racers and all that kind of stuff. It's very like, because it's a prequel, there was only so much they could do. You can't have the same weapons twice.
Yeah,
right?
yes, true.
Yes.
You're just kind of upgrading the same weapon.
Now, in number 3, I loved I think it's 3 because I'm getting them mixed up now. But when you beat Hercules, I think you take I think there were gauntlets.
Yeah.
I used that like crazy. I love that weapon.
I forgot about that, and you said it, and yes.
There's DC. DC released a God of War 3 figure line. They're quite expensive. There's 4 of them.
Oh yeah.
Took a while to track them all down. They're brilliant. There's a Zeus, a Hades, Kratos, and Hercules from God of War 3. They're all brilliant figures. Really nice pizza.
Nice. Oh, hey, Extractor, how's it going? Sorry, we're a little bit late on the chat. So you've probably been here for 10 minutes.
Go back to that previous.
Oh, okay, sorry.
I'm not
Dennis wants to go back to the previous question. He's not.
I haven't given my answer yet.
Yeah.
Jen has to give her answer.
Jen has to give her answer.
Yes, that's more interesting.
No matter what anybody says, your God of War 3 pick, and really, has God of War made a bad game? No.
No, definitely not.
No. They're all fun. You pick any of those God of War games and you can put them in the top 10 and no one will say, oh, you're crazy.
Yeah, I agree.
They are all good.
They are.
The series is top notch.
Okay, I have an answer for this question.
Okay.
Okay, it's all the same. It's all the same character. Here we go. It's going to be Abby. I'll marry her because she'll protect me. I'll kill her because I don't want her to try to have sexy time with me, but she's most like a dude, so whatever.
Okay.
I honestly thought you were going to pick a guy, but you were playing it safe on that one.
Yeah.
It said female game character. I went with the thing.
All right.
I marry Lara Croft from Tomb Raider because she's got a sexy accent and an ass.
Ass.
Doesn't have to be sexy as long as she has an ass. Sexy time with Moxie from Borderlands because like she's got the right stuff at all the right places.
You just almost broke into a New Kids on the Block.
And who would I kill? Nobody.
Oh, that's so very sweet of you.
Because I'm not like that.
As soon as this question came up, I could only think of one character, so that's the only one I'm going to get.
You're going to marry, kill, and...
I'll tell you who I would kill, Princess Peach. Stop getting caught by Bowser, you dumb bitch.
You're cut off again.
You're cut off again.
That's what I'm saying. Princess Peach.
All I can think of is Bayonetta.
That's all you ever think of.
Oh, Bayonetta.
That'd be interesting evening, wouldn't
it? Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen Laura on Street Fighter 5, the Brazilian?
No.
No, but you got my attention.
I have the game.
No.
I think I got a digital copy.
They're going to get me to go make sandwiches, and we're going to play Street Fighter 5.
Cammy in Street Fighter.
Feel like I'm in the wrong video.
All right, move on before I get in trouble.
Suddenly, this table is lopsided.
That was God of War 3 when you get those scenes, you know, where you have to like do the right timing, and if you miss it, press the button at the wrong time.
We know those scenes all too well.
I had save states. Yeah.
Did anybody else think of like, well, maybe if I beat it 3 times in a row, I'll win. I'll get something, an achievement.
I
thought we all did.
No, it's good.
I needed some Gatorade in between though.
Tribes sick for more than 2 weeks. That sucks,
dude.
Dude, Scott's beer is dark. Damn bunch of numbers like his soul.
It's a stout, homebrewed.
Let's get some super chat for Dennis's retirement going.
There you go.
Because you said you were going to get rich on this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. You too. You too.
Dads and lads, I can't watch live at work. Have a great stream, everyone.
Oh.
Sucks that you're at work.
But at least you tuned in.
Lady D from the village.
Dads and Lads Gaming is a brilliant channel. Really, really funny channel.
I know.
They just, you know, the relationship that they have. I find it hilarious. I do.
Yeah, it is.
I've watched it. It's just so funny.
What is with the internet and Lady D? Why does everybody get all turned on by that huge bitch?
I'm completely with you. I never got it. I didn't. I don't know. She just looks like a dinner lady to me. Did you have dinner ladies like at school, midday supervisors?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like she's like,
I don't know. Maybe it's issues. You know, 'cause she's got a big bosom. I don't know. Maybe it's. I don't know.
Maybe. I feel like you'd only be done when she says you're done. Like, you have no choice. Like.
I heard about don't think I'd get started. That's the.
Yeah, right. Huh?
Easygoing Gaming said, to piggyback off that, can you name any other series that never had a bad game?
Uncharted.
You're not allowed to say Last of Us. Don't fucking say it.
Okay.
It's not necessarily a series if it doesn't have more than 2.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I think a series, I think it has to be at least 3. Is that just me?
I haven't played all the God of Wars, but the ones I played, I've liked.
Maybe,
Uncharted. I will throw Uncharted in there. They have never disappointed me.
Maybe Grand Theft Auto. No, the early Grand Theft Auto games were very different, but they were still interesting. Yeah. I don't think there's really been a bad Grand Theft Auto game.
Could you throw Resident Evil in there?
No.
Not everybody would agree on 6.
I know there's a lot of hate for Part 6, but I love Part 6. Me personally, I would throw Resident Evil in there.
Just to go super old school, I loved all the Donkey Kongs. 2 is my favorite, but I did love all the Donkey Kong countries.
What about Donkey Konga on the GameCube?
I haven't played that.
What about Punch-Out?
Punch-Out
on the Wii?
I haven't played the Wii, but
the Wii version is awesome.
The Wii version is very good. Yeah, very good.
You don't have to play it with the Wii controls, the motion controls. You can turn that controller sideways and play it like a NES style.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool. If you like Punch-Out, I would highly suggest it.
Grunaldino has the same question, but have to assign one each. Chun-Li, Cammy, Laura.
Laura, Street Fighter 5, I'm telling you.
That's it. That was your entire. Corona and Can said, marry Laura Croft, kill Abby, sexy time, lollipop chainsaw.
I say good luck in trying to kill Abby.
Lollipop chainsaw. That's what the game's called. It's Harley Quinn.
Oh, yes. Oh, I forgot about Harley Quinn and
Arkham.
Yeah.
Generation Pixel.
Crossed my mind.
Generation Pixel agrees Uncharted never had a bad game.
Yes, Generation Pixel.
Is that including the Vita game? I hear mixed reviews.
I'm playing the Vita game right now, and I'm not hating it, but I'm definitely not loving it as much as the mainline Uncharted.
See, I've never played it, so
then
I
you
am
just
impartial.
don't play it. Damn, I wanted to say Gears of War, but there was Judgment.
Oh. I haven't gotten to Judgment yet. We're on 3, me and my son.
Yes. I enjoyed every Silent Hill, but I know there are some that weren't received well.
Love Silent Hill. I've never played a Silent Hill that I didn't like.
And then we have Kirby and Mario as well.
Kirby and Mario, yeah. I see that.
Sure.
You got Mario too.
And a lot of people will throw in Zelda.
What were you saying about Kirby?
Kirby's gone very child friendly, I think.
Yes.
Some of the releases, and they're probably not bad games, but I don't think they're my demographic. I think they're
not generally mine either.
Children, I think now.
Yeah.
We're all caught up in the chat. You got another game?
Yeah.
How many games got left?
Right. We just spoke about it. It's God of War. Firstly, I really enjoyed it. I did really enjoy the game. I was almost biased because I love the series, as you guys know.
Yes.
Yeah.
I just loved the evolution and see where they're taking it and going to the Nordic realm and things like that. But the thing for me was this game came out, had it on release, and I think a week into its release, my son was born.
I thought you were going to say that.
It was like, I don't know, it was like a moment in time, I suppose. Sort of weird.
Yes.
I think part of why I love God of War so much, it's sort of like, it got me back into gaming, and then like he came in with his son the same time I had my son, and yeah, sort of parallels with the franchise. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. I can understand why some people wouldn't like it as much because it was very different, as we've discussed.
Yes.
It wasn't. I think in some ways they had to change it because
I think
in this day and age, in this era of gaming, that there isn't a fixed camera hack and slash. You know, that's not going to sell the numbers that they need to sell. I mean, this game I assume cost a lot of money to make, You know, it's a massive Sony IP. They needed it to be a success. It was, and I think you have to go open world these days. I think that's the only way.
I think so too.
That big games can go. I just, as I say, I would like to see a game alongside it. I'd like to see a modern version.
There's a market for that, and I don't know if maybe it's a mainline game, but maybe it's like a, I don't know, what is it called there, where we get all our games, or limited run. Maybe.
Yeah, you know, like I know it's hard for a comparable, but you know, there's like Horizon, not Horizon. There's like a Forza Horizon, and then there's like Forza. I don't know how it would work because obviously the timeline and the story, you know, it might not even be great. I don't know, but I'd like to see just something a bit more akin to the original games alongside it. But I love this game. It's a 10 out of 10 game for me. I did everything in it. Killed the Valkyrie Queen. Took me a while.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
How? Did. Scott did not.
I didn't even try.
Nope, didn't even try.
How many tries do you think it took you to kill the final Valkyrie? I don't care at any difficulty level, because I had to put it on easy to beat her.
Yeah, I don't think I adjusted the difficulty, but I don't remember exactly how many times, but I guess it took me 4 hours. You know, it was a good.
Geez.
Yeah, it was a full gaming session to try and beat it. Yeah. But in a way, I appreciated that because, like we said before about games like Uncharted, there's no challenge, and it wasn't a difficult game. Most modern AAA games aren't difficult. You just put the time in and put through the story. Whereas that was an element of something which was difficult, and it gave me the impetus to get the best armor in the game and grind to get the best weapons and the best armor. And so I appreciated that element of it. But I've never gone back. I've never played it again. So maybe before the new game comes out, I'll play it again.
I've only played through it once. I thoroughly enjoyed it. It is among my top PS4 games, definitely. Will I play through it again? Yes, I will. Will I try to beat the Valkyries again? Maybe not.
No, you don't. Once you've done that, you don't do it again. You just play through the story. I've never. Is something people might be surprised at. I've never platinumed a game. I'm not a trophy hunter.
I haven't either, I don't think.
And I thought about doing it with this because I just happened to get like 90% by mistake.
Oh.
Yeah, and you're so close. You're like, well, maybe I'll put an extra 5 or 6 hours and get it.
Absolutely, because I just enjoy games like this that I have a love for. I don't rush through it. Most games I just rush through.
Yeah.
Whereas with this, I really took my time and tried to experience everything in the game.
Are you a story skipper? Do you sometimes? I do sometimes.
I skip stories on retro games.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's certain games you don't care. Mega Man, I don't give a shit what Dr. Wily's doing.
No.
I'm not here for that. Do you know what I mean? So them sort of games do, but story-driven games, I think that's
kind of their thing.
That's the point of playing the game.
Yeah, absolutely. That's part of the experience as to what it is. Where I don't skip story in these kind of games. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like I say, it just came at the right time.
That's perfect.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
I love that, boy.
Grinaldino saying that Judgment remapping some buttons fucking annoying. And Sky Blue Rob 88 said, "Has Capcom ever had a bad 2D fighting game?"
Look at that!
Oh my god!
Oh, that is
badass.
Yeah,
I like
I've got a fair amount of tattoos myself. Are you all black and gray also, or do you have color in any of yours?
Nah, I'm all black and gray.
Yeah, it's me too. I'm all black and gray.
I did a full. I've always been. I should have said this before when I was talking about God of War 3. I've always been a massive Greek mythology fan from a child.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think I was very drawn to films like Jason and the Argonauts and
Okay.
the original Clash of the Titans and things like that.
Yeah.
So I've got a full Greek mythology sleeve.
Oh, cool.
And then I've got that Pegasus across my chest. And then I thought I'd switch it up. So my other arm is Nordic. So I thought I could fit Kratos in now. He's gone to the Nordic realm. So I've got bearded Kratos in. So
nice.
I've kind of managed to get a video game character whilst staying on theme.
What's more addictive? Tattoos or game collecting?
Game collecting. Tattoos
game
hurt
collecting?
like anybody says they hurt. I don't care what anybody says. When people say I enjoy it, you know what makes me laugh? When people say to me, "Oh, I enjoy it," and they've got like "mum" written on their wrist.
No, exactly.
I've got a back piece that's
go and do
Venom.
10 hours and tell me you enjoyed it. There's nothing enjoyable.
Yeah, my back piece for Venom, I think, was in the 6 to 7 hour range.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the back doesn't hurt that bad, and it was still kind of miserable at the end.
I think the white blood cells give up after a few hours. And
something.
Yeah, the sternum was quite painful. The middle of my chest.
I bet.
Oh yeah.
I've got a pin-up on my ribs.
Oh, okay.
She's holding a cupcake because I used to do baking, a lot of like fancy fondant cakes, and so I wanted a pin-up, and it's me holding a cupcake, and it's like from here to here.
Well, the rack and ribs is one of the most painful places to have one.
She took it like a champ, though.
I just sat still, and I just didn't think about it too much, and there was times when it did hurt, but I felt like it was mind over matter. So I was just like, "You're fine. Sit still, breathe, be calm," and I just sat there.
It's definitely all in your head. I've been before and like been fine, and then I've been other times and I hated every second of it.
Yeah.
I think a lot to it, the sleep you've had, what you've eaten, the way you feel.
Yeah.
But
I'm going for a full back next. I'm getting the Medusa.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Full back is not that bad. There's for me, for whatever, I don't know what it is, but if it's in between certain muscles, and it did it on both sides of my back, where they were in that area, and I could feel it in my chest on the other side, and it was just like, yeah. But once I got past that, it's just the back. It's not that bad at all.
I'm toying with the idea of getting a back of my neck piece as well, but I think you've got to think long and hard about where you can't cover.
Yes.
Yes. I always thought about that with job interviews and stuff, right?
Yeah, I think attitudes are changing, but I think you've got to make sure that.
Yeah. Well, I'm 43, so like when I was getting all my tattoos, I had to think where I'm putting my tattoos.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I just don't like when the water is too cold. I get.
Dennis doesn't have a tattoo.
Dennis does not have a tattoo.
I am deathly afraid of needles.
So is Scott.
I am too. I hate
it. Why would I want to sit there for 2 hours straight and somebody like? No.
They don't do it that way.
Well, I think
you went to the wrong tattoo artist.
The worst is when they do the dry wipe, right, with the blue roll. Just spray some shit on it. What are you doing? They're just.
Yes.
Nah.
Oh, it's brutal.
I just traumatized
it's like
the
road
shit
rash.
out of
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. King Collector 9000. Which is fun to play, MotorStorm or Need for Speed? Which is more fun to play?
You know what? I haven't played much of MotorStorm, but I love Need for Speed Underground 2. I love that one. I played the hell out of that.
I played that 2 days ago, funny enough. Need for Speed.
Did you?
Yeah.
I remember the music in it.
MotorStorm is fun, though. I do love a MotorStorm game.
Again, I don't think the story's stood up too well for this generation, but yeah, it was.
Oh yeah, I know. Castlevania maybe never made a bad game unless you delete your saved game too soon. Because I deleted my saved game.
It will always
right at the end of the game. I was like,
This was Symphony of the Night, and she was on the inverted castle, and you had all the relics.
I had one. I had one left to get.
You had one left to get, and then she was chatting away
with
me. That's not my fault.
Yes,
and she accidentally deleted her file and literally had.
I had no backup file, so I learned a real hard lesson that day.
The thing about Night for me is like the little back shift you can do, like the moonwalk.
Yes.
Yep.
Just moonwalked everywhere. I thought it was so cool. I just did everything backwards.
Yeah.
I went through every door backwards.
Like a fucking boss. It's just like backwards. Bye, Felicia. What did you think of Suicide Squad? Hollywood Polo wants to know.
The new one that just came out?
I never watched the new one yet.
I haven't seen the new one.
All I hear is, or all I see on on social media is everything's about the was it Shark King or whatever. Everything, yeah.
The first one wasn't great, was it?
There's one reason why you watch it.
Yeah, she stole the film, but then apparently her spin-off wasn't.
Oh, her
spin-off is dog shit. Like, it's horrible.
The spin-off, they tried to do a take on the Deadpool series, and it just, to me, it did not work.
They even changed the title halfway through it being released. So I mean, that, yeah. No.
Yeah, we only watched that maybe 2 months ago.
Yeah,
and it was terrible.
I felt like
the Birds of Prey.
Yeah, they almost ruined her character. I'm like, you're ruining Harley Quinn.
Yeah, no, I didn't care for it at all.
Yeah,
I don't think a lot of characters.
They're terrible at casting. We talk about this all the time. They've cast a couple really good characters.
And others, they'll just fall off. But here's the problem where Marvel succeeded and DC didn't. Marvel started off 10 plus years ago building this character up with the same actor, and you become attached and you follow them all the way
up.
You
have a backstory
to the big finale of, like Endgame. And then DC just says, here's Justice League.
Like, yeah. Marvel knew where they were going.
Yes. Yeah.
And they planted a lot of seeds, and there's a lot of things that geeky people will enjoy, like myself. Like, watching things retrospectively and seeing little nuances to things you'd find out down the line.
You have like God of War tattoos. I have Marvel tattoos. I have the Hulk on my calf, and I have Venom on my back.
Yeah. No. But the thing is, I think like with the biggest guy, like Batman, for me, the Dark Knight trilogy was so good.
Yes.
Very difficult to. I feel like they need to let Batman fallow for like 20 years. Just leave him.
Yes.
Yeah.
With Christian Bale until we've forgotten, because it was so good.
Yeah.
I think any incarnation of Batman now it's difficult to compare. Same with Joker, right? Against Heath Ledger's Joker.
Oh man,
it's so difficult to do that. But then, having said that, the Joker movie was one of the best films I think I've ever seen. The best performance.
That was surprisingly
that was really
good. Very, very good.
It was good, but I tell you what, when you watch the movie and you're done, you don't feel good. Do you know what I mean? You watch that movie and you're just like, ugh. But you understand.
His performance was amazing. Amazing. Gernaldino rarely watches story. He just wants to shoot some shit.
Attaboy.
Tom Greek said, my ears were burning. Did someone mention Greek? I spend easily 6 to 7 hours on a game, but I couldn't do that paying for a tattoo. And that's a lot. It's to sit there for that long.
Yeah.
My first tattoo was on my back in 2 sittings, 4 hours, then 2.5, and it hurt, of course, but I have a high pain threshold, and it wasn't an issue.
Don't we all say that?
Yeah, we all say that, and then, yeah.
It's like a zombie. Tattoos are addictive. I like the pain. Dennis and I are all pale, no black and gray here. I'm 43, and I got my first tattoo last year, right before all this COVID stuff. I want to say shit.
What did you get? Was it Sailor Moon?
Oh, was it Destiny? Plays a lot of Destiny. I have 5 tattoos, but I want to cover up one with a gaming-related tattoo.
Atta girl.
What's happening, people? Hey, video gaming with the professor.
Hey, buddy.
Hey,
how's it
professor.
Going? We also have Rod Hester in the house. Motorstorm with Slipknot. My favorite racing game of all time.
Motorstorm is good.
Suicide Squad was trash on the sticks. What do you guys think of Mario 67 or 64 sealed game?
Oh, you're talking about the auction that sold for
1.5 million.
Only to be topped by Mario a couple weeks later for 2 million.
Yeah.
2 million. Ridiculous.
I think it's foolish.
It is foolish.
You know what? I've gone through this already because I'm a comic book collector. And 10 years ago or so, this was happening with comic books, and probably more than 10 years ago. There were graded copies of like these high-end, it just were breaking records. And people, I was like, holy shit, and then everybody was looking for that next big thing, and The Walking Dead shot up real fast, and has fallen back to earth, but still is like pricey for a modern comic. But I feel the same thing is going to probably happen with video games. It's I don't think it's done yet. It's going to keep, that wave is going to keep getting a little bit higher,
but it's going to level
before it flattens out a little bit.
I think the thing for me with video games is I'm happy where I'm at, because I don't buy them as an investment as such. I buy them because the reason I do my video games to invest in series is to save you money in the long run. I previously have bought things to sell. Like I invested in Funko Pops before the. I made a lot of money in that. I got on the wave quite early and I bought a lot of the rare ones and then sold them all. But what I thought was the height, and I think to an element it was luck, but I think I got out at the right time and made quite a lot of money.
That's good.
But I say to people a lot when people ask me about things to invest in, I think it's difficult if you chase money. I think you're better off to just chase a passion.
True.
Money follows, then good luck. It's very difficult to, like video games, the amount of times I spend on eBay, sold listings, keeping abreast of market values. I think if it's just for the money, I don't think I'd have the drive to do all.
Oh, absolutely not.
It's a job at that point, right?
Yeah. I mean, to a certain degree, we will buy games that we know, or will kind of have a finger on the pulse of what might go up, but it's more or less to reinvest in games we really want.
Yeah.
To try to get the best we can out of this game, then trade it off for that other game. To actually sell it and put it in a bank account, I have no use for that. Now, why would I buy it in the first place?
We do have that Zelda 2 that is sealed, and when I seen it, that to me looked like a piece of history.
That was more.
I needed to add that to the game room. It was like, holy shit! I never see a sealed Nintendo game in my life.
And the Canadian variant.
Oh yeah, I gotta go.
Even when I find games in charity shops or what you guys call thrift stores, I check the value against CEX, then I trade them in. But I only do it to buy other games. Again, I'm not knocking the hustle. Things are there to be bought. If someone wants to go and buy it and then use that money to spend on their kids or food or whatever, that's up to you. But I tend to trade it towards a game that I'd rather have.
Yes. And I'm happy with that. Whatever people want to do, but that makes me happy to trade towards something I really, really want.
Yeah. And I think it makes it more justifiable. It's very difficult if you're not rich and you've got a family. It's very hard to go and spend £200 of your wages on a video game. It's somewhat irresponsible if you've got other places where you could be putting that money. So I think for me, of flipping and trading brings less guilt to buying these things.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Yeah. Lawrence is leaving. See you later, Lawrence. Thanks so much for stopping by, and Waves as well, because his internet is crap where he's staying. He's in the middle of a big move. He's moving across the country closer to Junior Nerd, and he lived closer to them, and now he's moving back. And I got it right, Mitch said. A Hunter logo from Destiny. I kind of thought it had to be a Destiny tattoo. We were talking about that the other day. King Collector said, the only tattoo I would get is an Uncharted phrase on my arm and a CB's tattoo on my right arm to represent my military family. Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Video Gaming with the Professor said, when gaming goes all digital, it's going to be crazy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I don't know what, man. You're more of an expert on that than I am, but I'm worried.
I'm worried, too. And Gernaldino said he saved so much on his collection by using CEX and paying and playing the system. Yeah, you have to. You have to, because everybody else is going to do it.
Yeah. There's a culture in England where people criticize CEX, probably like people do with GameStop and EB Games, because they give you peanuts for your games, or they sell second-hand PlayStation 5s for twice what they go for. But I think you have to understand it's a business, and you have to learn as a collector how to utilize these people. you know, you can catch them slipping. There are games that they'll give you more for than you can get them for elsewhere. And
yes,
and the whole trading thing, you can't do that at other high street shops. So I think people need to lay off on the
I think so.
People are businesses. They've got to run a business at the end of the day. They've got a lot of outgoings. You've just got to find ways to make it work for you.
Exactly.
There are ways to do it.
The pawn shop that we frequent a lot, we get very lucky there because they know the market of the people in their area can't afford those top dollar games. So they never price at price charting. It's always below price charting. On the same hand, they also give you 70% on your trade-in. So if I'm getting 70% on a game I'm trading in, plus I'm paying less for it than Price Charting Guide, which is way less than eBay, why would I buy it on eBay when I can support local?
Yeah, and if you're doing a trade, there's no tax.
There's no tax. So we actually get really good trade value at Parlor Pawn. They're an amazing pawn shop here. We deal with them all the time. They're like, hey, Jen and Scott, they see us come in. We're there that often.
I'm allowed in the back room. Backroom privileges.
Yeah.
I walk in and straight in the back room and you know, get first dibs on some of the gaming stuff and that. But you know, it's a loyal customer. You know, I'm in there, I give these charity shops a lot of money. I've had people on my videos before on comments say, "Oh, you know, you bought this game that's worth £20 and you only gave the charity shop £2." Well, over a month, I might give that charity shop £100.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think it swings and roundabouts.
Sky Blue saying CEX has been great for 6th, 7th gen games. The amount of games I've picked up from there for £50 one each is insane.
Yeah, definitely. I did have one more game here.
All right, okay. Last game.
Was this your last game?
I've decided to change. I've changed my mind. Because I was going to do Breath of the Wild, right? But I don't think there's anything I can say about this game that's not been said a million times before. I've not nothing groundbreaking to say about it. Like you say, I think people love it or they hate it. It's not a standard Zelda game. I loved it personally. But I was just sitting here now looking at my Switch collection, and there's a couple of games I would like to talk about that I don't think get enough. They don't get highlighted enough. And I think if people in the chat can maybe get something from this and maybe have a look at these games. Everyone knows about
idea.
The first one, I think this game is so underrated. I absolutely love it. That's Monster Boy.
Nice.
What a fantastic game this is. Monster Boy in the Cursed Kingdom. Again, it's got pretty pricey. But yeah, it's a brilliant game. It's just one of them games you should play if you haven't played it. I think it's definitely a bit of a hidden gem to some extent. I think it was quite a limited print run.
Oh, okay.
You guys have it? No.
Switch is region free.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's just a fantastic game. So definitely worth checking out.
Worth picking up? Oh, okay.
Well, I like the Wonder Boy series, so.
Yeah, it's basically, in my opinion, the best Wonder Boy game ever made.
Really?
It's very good artwork, great game. I loved it from start to finish. And I'm a bit of a critic. I don't really give too many games a lot of praise. So, yeah, I'd definitely give my seal of approval to that one. And the next game is a game that I played through at the start of this year. It's not a hidden gem. People are aware of it. But I just wanted to talk about it because
You love it.
I think it's one of them games that, you know, when you play a game and you love it, but you think it will stand the test of time. Like, I think in 10 years' time, I'll still be sitting here saying how good it is. And that's Ori and the Will of the Wisps.
I've seen that a couple times and just kind of glanced by it.
It's different to any other game I've ever played. It feels like a work of art to some extent.
I really think Jem would love it.
I might appreciate that, yeah.
It's very emotional. It's very, like, it draws you in.
Okay.
The artwork is very unique. It's quite sad in places, but yes, a fantastic game. If you've played things like, I don't know if you've played Celeste.
I haven't.
Something like that. Something I suppose it's a Metroidvania.
Oh, I like that though.
Based, but yeah, it's very, very good. It's also story driven.
Okay.
And you know those sort of games where there's no talking, but there's noises, and it just adds to the
Yeah.
To the effect. It's sort of subtitles. There's no language as such.
Yeah.
It really does take you to that world, and I definitely recommend this. Definitely.
See, a game like that for me, but it was more of like a side scroller platformer, was Inside. I don't know if you've played that.
No, I haven't played that one.
There was just kind of noises. There was no voice acting. It was very deep for what it was. You were just like, what the hell is going on here? And you had to kind of piece it together in your head. It was very interesting. Inside and Limbo, kind of in the same realm, because I had them on. It's on a 2-pack, and I played them both, and I was like, these are really phenomenal games.
I know I've seen a video, and I've been sitting here thinking, trying to remember who put the video out, but I think it was Video Gaming with the Professor that put it out. And the big box collector's edition for that on the Xbox One is something that's going up in price there. And
because there's 2 games. This is the second one. I played the second. They're releasing them both on one cartridge, I think. It's getting released as like an Ori collection. Nice. So maybe that might be worth holding out for that. But it's very sort of cutesy characters, but in a very dark world.
Yeah. Well, I've liked that with Little Nightmares too.
Yeah.
Same kind of thing.
Have you guys played Hollow Knight?
I played a little bit of it. I haven't finished it.
I'm trying to play through it at the moment, and I hear a lot of people say a lot of positive things about that game. People love it. A lot of people put it on the top of their Metroidvania lists and things like that. When I played it, I was a little bit disappointed, and I think it's because of this game. I think because I enjoyed this so much. When I played Hollow Knight, it just wasn't Ori. If that makes sense. It just didn't pull me the same way. It's become a bit of a chore to get it finished, but I'm like 20 hours in, so I feel obliged to.
Yes.
You have a lot of love for Ori in here. Mitch is saying it's awesome. Gernaldino saying both Ori games are beautiful. Same thing with Tribes.
Beautiful is the word. It really is. It's like an experience. It's not like any other video game I've ever played. It's very, it's I don't know. I don't know if I've got the superlatives to do it justice, but it's beautiful is definitely the word. It draws you in. The artwork and the music, everything. It's a fantastic.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
I definitely.
Hey, Matt Hicks, he's saying, what game is that? We're talking about Ori.
Ori.
It's
Switch.
This is the second. Apparently, the second one is better. Apparently, they're both good. But apparently, the second one's better. I jumped straight to the second one. I don't think it matters in terms of the story too much. So.
Video Gaming Professor saying Game Pass. I just bought the collector's edition. And Ori, Will of the Wisps.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Video Game with the Professor. Was it your video that I'm thinking of?
Yeah, he might be, because he said he just bought the collector's edition on Game Pass.
Well, on Game Pass. Or one? Is it a one? Or one on Game Pass?
I just bought. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few games like that I've played that I was like, oh, I'll pick this up and I'll play it, and it's like, whatever. I really liked
and then you get surprised.
Yeah, really surprised. The one I picked up on PS4 with the baby. You're a baby. The ending on that was like, oh my god. I can't.
If you said the name, I know it, but I can't. I can walk
something
over and
Sleep.
Look. Among the Sleep.
Among the Sleep is a really. If you have the chance to play Among the Sleep, you're talking 3-4 hours.
Okay, that sounds like my. That's my kind. Yeah.
When you first play it, you're like, why am I navigating a baby around his bedroom?
And then it'll get really good.
Then you get into kind of his like subconscious, his dreams. He's going through this world, and it's all leading you to the ending. And the ending is so
it's a little dark,
shocking, and kind of like you're like, oh my god! Yeah. It's like nothing I've played. It's very different.
Think a parent would definitely get more out of it.
Yes, a parent would definitely get more out of it.
I say it's rare, I think, a game like Ori for me in 2021, when you've played so many games throughout your whole life. It's rare you play something and you feel like that was different. Like they've done something different. It feels like the first time you played a game like that. And that's what Ori was like for me. I just can't speak highly of it, to be honest. I'd recommend it to anybody.
Tribes is saying the best output might be on the Xbox version, and video gaming with the professor saying it is his.
Yeah, I know. I watched it there. I watched so many videos in the run of a week. I'll get them confused who put them out.
Yeah.
Was that the last game?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's. For everybody in the chat that's still watching here, if you have any questions here, we'll open her up for the next 5-10 minutes. Rattle off as many questions as you guys can there before we wrap her up. Now, I got a question for you because I don't really remember. I know you've probably said it in a video, but I don't remember. What is your favorite console, and what is your favorite game on that console? Or do you have?
Yeah,
it's a tough question.
Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
It's got to be Linked to the Past. That's my favorite game ever. So.
I can't see anybody who's ever played that game and said, I didn't care for it.
No, it's something magical about that game. I said before, it's cracking the box. It's the music, full of palette, everything. For me, I really like the Switch. I like what the Switch is doing. There's a lot of things I like about it. But I think nostalgia is a hell of a drug. It's very difficult.
Oh, yes.
It's very difficult to replicate those childhood memories and, these games that I've been playing for 25 years. It doesn't matter.
Well, it just takes you back to a time.
Exactly.
Automatically tied to happy memories there, right?
Yeah, so it doesn't, you could argue all day that the Switch is better than the Super Nintendo in so many ways, but it's what's in your heart. And I just think that
Oh yeah.
I've got a lot of love for the Super Nintendo. But I also like the Sega as well. 16-bit era generally was fantastic.
It was a good era.
See that's
yours.
When I was young, that's what I had. I had a Genesis. And
I
was probably the only kid in my neighborhood that had a Genesis because everybody else had a Super Nintendo.
Yeah.
So how old are you?
43.
Yeah, I'm 34. So you'd have been a bit ahead of me. But then you could have enjoyed games that I couldn't. Like I say, I struggled with A Link to the Past at that time because.
Well, you know what? I only played Link to the Past. I think it was 2 years ago, off of Dennis's recommendation. Because, like I said, I never had Super Nintendo growing up, and I only got my Super Nintendo a few years ago. He's like, "You got to play this." I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'll give it a try."
Well, I had brought you the box of Zelda, and I was looking through the manual, and I had the whole mat. There was a poster mat, and I was looking at it, and I'm like, man, this game, how is it so awesome?
It's genuinely, it's just special, isn't it? It's just special.
Yeah.
Special.
Video Gaming with the Professor said it's not a question, but he will definitely sub to your channel. And Video Gaming with the Professor, I highly recommend it. He makes great content. You do. You make great content. I can't believe it. You've only been at it the short amount of span you have, and you bring this energy to the camera that's magnetic. It's a phenomenal channel.
I wanted to thank you guys as well for getting involved in my year celebration.
Our pleasure.
We were so happy to be involved. We love that about the entire community. Anybody that asks us to be involved, I want to do it 100% of the time. There's sometimes that I can't, but
it was very humbling. When I did that video, I reached out. Pretty much everybody said yes and did a video for me. And, a lot of those people I was watching way before I even thought about.
Oh yeah.
The channel. In some ways, being this side of the camera changes things because you watch videos differently, don't you? Now
it does.
The innocence has gone.
But you also know how much time goes into a video. You're like, oh shit.
Absolutely. The thing is, I never used to. I'll be honest. I never used to subscribe or anything. I didn't feel the need to. I was just a viewer.
Yeah.
And if I watched the channel, it would come up on my recommended feed when I met on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I never commented. I'm just not that guy. Do you know what I mean? A lot of people. I was exactly that guy, but now I sit here and I think it's how much you appreciate when people do subscribe, and people do comment, and people do. I mean, watching is, don't get me wrong, it's enough, but it genuinely means a lot that people take that time.
It does. And we've really tried to the last little bit here. We're like, we really need to comment and not just watch, because that's how people know you watched. That's how you know.
You fall into the trap though, don't you? Of like, you feel like you have to comment. And sometimes, like I know I'm doing a lot of decorating, so I've got a lot of YouTube on like my big TV.
Yeah.
Rather than my phone, so it's difficult to comment.
That's true.
But I just, I do watch. I just don't always have the ability to comment.
I made such a dumbass mistake the other day. Such a dumbass mistake. I was watching one of JLove81's videos, and she was covering this new like horror movie, but like there was something else to it, and there was like you could walk through, and it was like a scary haunted house sort of thing. Not haunted house, but they were scaring you. Anyways, I have an earbud in while I'm watching my daycare kids. So I'm like looking at the phone periodically, but I'm not really, I'm more listening. And I missed the fact that I was like, oh, that looks really cool. She's from Vegas. I'm like, that's really cool. I would love to visit that sometime in Vegas when this whole COVID bullshit goes by. And she's like, it's in California. I was like, oh, shit. I felt real bad.
Yeah, it happens. It does happen.
Yeah, it happens. We got a couple more questions too.
All right.
What IP from the past that's been lost would you love to see come back from Sega Zombie?
I made a video a while back about games I'd like to see made. And it's not so much, I mean, we've spoken about things like F-Zero. And for me, it's not so much about IPs that have been dormant, but just things I'd like to change somewhat. Like I'd like Street Fighter 5 out now, and the next one's going to be Street Fighter 6. I'd like Street Fighter Alpha 4. I want them to do Alpha. Like, I want them to go back to that art style.
Okay.
And I'd like to see another boxing game as well. I think we need
another punch out.
I'd like boxing in a resurgence, especially here in the UK. There's a lot of big heavyweights: Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, worldwide superstars. And I think it'd be good to put these stars on a game whilst they're still here.
That's true.
Yeah.
My answer, I have two.
Yeah.
I'm stealing on you. I'm going to say Punch Out, but we had talked about Golden Axe, or somebody had put it in the comments here earlier. I think they said that we're getting another one, which I've been begging for.
It's not concrete yet.
It's not concrete yet. That's but Golden Axe would be a fantastic one.
Absolutely.
And if we're talking like lost IP, I just hate that they never fully went anywhere with PT, because I know that you can only get that it's kind of like a teaser spoiler or not, like a teaser play on the PS3, is it? And you have to have it downloaded, or the PS4, I don't know, but that was amped up to be such a cool survival horror, and it went nowhere. So I want that.
Another game I'd like to see is, they only ever made one. I spoke about it earlier, but Sleeping Dogs. I thought that was.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was the best non-GTA game.
Yeah.
I thought they did so many things in that game right. I think that was the first open world game that made like everything fun. Every element of that game was like its own game. The fighting was like a fighter. The driving was like a racing game.
It was. Yeah. I played I'd say about a quarter of it. I have to get back into it.
Yeah, it's a really good time with that. That was one of the games I picked up with God of War 3. So when I bought my PlayStation 3, I picked up
nice.
Sleeping Dogs and God of War 3. So I owe pretty much everything to those games, because that's what pulled me back into the game. I'd like to see another Sleeping Dogs.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Matt Hicks wants to know, what about Doom?
I was never a huge Doom fan, but I know the people out there they love it. They love it. Right?
I enjoyed the 2014 one. Was it the first one on the PS4?
Yeah, I think I can picture it.
I enjoyed that game.
Colonel says, feels weird. All get to know gamers are done by now, and it's nowhere near 4 a.m. and it's already almost done.
Really? Like, what are you gonna do the rest of the night?
Go back to the old ones now, and then
there you go.
Yeah.
Sega Zombie, the 16-bit era was the best console war ever. Both Sega and Nintendo pushed themselves to the limit, and the winners were
That's
yeah.
Again, something I miss nowadays is they released the same game on both consoles, whereas in that generation, games were different. You'd have like Aladdin, for example, was different on the Super Nintendo than the Genesis. They'd make 2 games.
Yes.
We lost that along the way. You know, apart from maybe the odd little bit of DLC or some outfit you don't care about. It's the same.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to have, you know, a reason to be. You know, this whole everyone loves to kick off in a comment section about Xbox, PlayStation.
Yeah.
Whereas in reality, it's just whatever your friends are playing, isn't it?
Pretty much. Yeah.
God exclusive that you really care for, because it doesn't really matter. Same game.
Yeah. But I've always been a PlayStation guy.
Yeah.
But my son prefers the Xbox because all his friends play Xbox.
That makes sense. I'm a PlayStation guy, and I keep saying, you know, I love God of War, so that would help keep me in that camp.
Yes.
But I don't have any hatred for the other side.
No, God, no.
No.
I'll play a game if it's good on any console. Our son's a PC guy.
Yeah.
And he's got an Xbox Series X, but he prefers Xbox as well over PlayStation over Xbox. But PC, console or PC is king.
I think it's just what you do, isn't it? It's like iPhone or Android. It's just whatever you're accustomed to using.
Yeah.
That's just it. Dan wants to know, and hey, Dan, how's it going? What are your favorite handhelds?
I think mine might be the PSP.
PSP?
Might be.
This is mine.
Although I don't have a lot of Vita games, so I can't really say. And I don't count the Switch because I play it docked.
Yeah.
I put Switch in that category. I'm not a big handheld guy, as I say, but I did enjoy my, you know, the Nintendo Advance SP.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like the NES one, purely for the aesthetics as much as anything else. But I did enjoy that.
I have no allegiance either. I don't have a favorite. I'll play whatever game is good, and if it's on that console, and that's what I have to play it on, then whatever.
I just never got into the handhelds.
Yeah.
No, I never did.
No.
Video gaming with the professor saying 16-bit era was the last era of developers not being scared to try new ideas. Yep.
Yeah.
It's become a big, hasn't it? The gaming industry, there's so much money in it now.
Oh my God, it's all about.
I read somewhere it's worth more than movies and music put together.
Oh yeah.
So there's so much invested in it. There's no risks being taken.
Nope.
And it must take a long time to develop. It must take longer to develop because, you know, you look at PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, there was 3, 4, 5 games of the same coming out on the same console era. Gears of War, you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4 all on one generation, whereas now you get 1, 2 if you're lucky.
If you're lucky.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Generation says Pixel says it feels weird being able to watch a whole Get to Know Gamer live. That's awesome. We're happy. Like, we want to do this again. And like, we're not you have to have a certain amount of subscribers. You have to be this. Like, we don't care if you have a channel. We want to support anybody that loves gaming and have had. A friend of ours, Scotty J Retro, has come on the channel. He didn't have a YouTube channel, but he wanted to be on Get to Know a Gamer, and we were like, cool, let's have you on.
Oh yeah, so I don't have a channel.
Love the community, and if you're like a positive person in the community, we want you on Get to Know Gamer. That's what it's all about for us.
I've been seeing more UK and North American collaborations recently as well.
Yeah,
good to see.
I love that.
Yeah, especially when people can't travel. It's almost like
yes,
it's a small world, isn't it? So.
Yeah, and it feels like you finally get to know the person. Like, you see their videos all the time, but you're like, oh my God, I got to sit down and talk. Like, that's how we can do it right now with COVID. And airfare's not cheap anyways. What about this game from Nintendo Switch Apex? Nintendo Switch Apex. Yeah, I don't know either.
I know the name, but I can't picture the game.
Apex? I don't know.
Oh, that's sweet, Tribes. I'm just a viewer too. Every comment is endorsing the YouTuber. That's very, very nice. Matt Heck, see you guys later. See you later. I guess you had to go.
See you, Matt.
See ya.
See ya.
Thanks for watching.
Speaking of horror movies, Red Blood Sky may be the greatest horror movie to be released this decade.
Red Blood Sky? I don't even know what that is.
I don't know if I have heard that.
I think that's a Netflix original. When I was flicking through the other night, arguing with the
Really?
missus about what to watch.
Oh, I might have to tune into that.
Yeah, I'm sure that's on there.
I'm watching this after the stream. LOL. Red Blood Sky. I had PT download it, never played it. Shaking my head. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Bully. That was a fantastic game. Marcus
I haven't played that one.
I haven't played it either. No. We have it.
That's another game they wouldn't make today, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Sleeping Dog is not common on the 8th gen in the wild.
Oh, really?
That's another thing that I think. You know, we spoke about Grand Theft Auto and the new one coming out. I hope it's not watered down.
Yeah.
All their jokes were very, tongue in cheek, and it's not for snowflakes, basically. And I just hope that if Grand Theft Auto do make another game, it's not watered 2021.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've actually noticed. I know one movie that they had it on Netflix, and they actually cut a scene out of it.
Yeah.
So they cut.
I've watched a lot of Disney films lately because obviously I've got a 3-year-old son, and there's a disclaimer at the start of Disney films now, apologizing, and I think it's a Disney film.
Yeah.
That's another video, isn't
it?
Yeah.
Really though.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know where the world is headed right now, but man, it's different. You gotta watch every move you make, every word you say.
I'm about to say every breath you take.
Every breath you take, I'll be watching you.
I'm beginning to enjoy
horror. You say one thing.
I know.
Oh, cancel culture will get you.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't nailed us yet.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure we're going to see it on the news pretty soon. There, this Retro Rivals YouTube channel has to go.
Fuck, I hope we make the news. That's awesome. I'm beginning to enjoy horror games now. Look up Araya. Yep.
Araya?
Yep. Araya. There was a remake of Fatal Frame on Wii, Fatal Frame 2 on Wii. It's exclusive to Japan only.
Yeah.
Well, snap. My son and his friends on Call of Duty made me switch to Xbox back in the 360 days. The younger generation loved Microsoft for some reason, but now I love Xbox as well.
Yeah.
360. I love the 360.
Yeah, 360 was awesome.
I think that was
Patty the Collector.
Patty, where have you been?
Patty said like a remake of Midnight Club series, that would be great.
I never got into the Midnight Club.
I think I might have one here.
For me, it just felt, again, it's just like my perception because I didn't play it. It just felt like a cheap Need for Speed. I felt like Need for Speed was so many, I didn't feel the need to, Midnight Club. I didn't.
Yeah.
I never starved for that kind of game.
Grinaldino said, don't know what you're talking about, Generation Pixel. Watch the whole lot live all the time. But then again, I hardly sleep. we're happy we can help with your insomnia.
Yes.
We'll put you to sleep.
Keep watching.
Oh, WWE Network are removing segments from old pay-per-views now.
Cool.
What?
Oh my god.
That stuff's gold, man.
I can't watch WWE now because I grew up in the Attitude Era.
Yes, that was the best era.
I think growing up in the 90s is a gift and a curse because everything was brilliant. So now it's difficult now because nothing seems to be as good as it used to.
It was called freedom of speech, I guess, back then, and now there isn't none.
It was called having fun.
Yeah.
Without getting too deep, I think that's one of the problems with social media, and that's I'd say that's my biggest negative with becoming a YouTuber. If I wasn't on YouTube, I think I'd come off social media. But because obviously having a channel and promoting the channel and things like that, and also being a collector because I do buy a lot on Facebook and things like that. But I wish I could come off it. Those things are keeping me there, but I wish I could come away from social media more so. But being a YouTuber now and being a collector, it's sort of like it's got its claws into me. But the social side of it, I wish I could just come away from it.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are getting to that point where they're not. It was so appealing when it first came out. You're like, oh my god, I can keep tabs on my ex-boyfriend, and now you're like, I don't want to know what everybody's doing all the time. I don't care what you had for supper 3 weeks ago and you made it all by yourself. People make supper all by themselves all the time.
You want to know what though? Let's use Facebook for an example. If you go on there and all you click on is like COVID videos or whatever, just drama shit, then they're just gonna keep pumping that at you because that's what you're watching. I go on there, I check out like hockey news, rumors, and then there's videos of dogs, like English bulldogs have been popping up on my. So if I see something that's full of drama, I just don't fucking click on it. Just don't click on it.
Yeah.
Dangerous element of it is it tailors to what you already think. So we don't live in a world where nobody wants to debate, nobody wants to hear a difference of opinion. You just want to surround yourself with opinions that you already agree with. What people don't realize is the news you see on your social media is just tailored for you. It's not what everybody else sees. It's designed to confirm what you already think, and that's a dangerous, for the whole generation to not be talking about anything.
You want to play an experiment here? Just say something random
to your phone.
Same thing over and over to your phone for the next week, and I'll guarantee you, you're gonna see ads or videos for it.
Yeah,
that's gonna be like Watergate when that breaks because it's happening and they're just denying it.
Yeah.
But it's there.
Not long ago, I spoke about a certain T-shirt brand, and I'd never looked it on the line. I'd never clicked on it, and it was there.
Yeah,
well,
it's listening.
We were talking about getting a dog here in the next few years, and I said, we really love the English bulldog. They're like lazy like me, and kind of ugly and cute at the same time like me. I was like, and then all of a sudden now I'm getting fucking videos on YouTube for English bulldogs. I'm like, come on.
Trust me, they're listening.
They're listening for sure. All right, I think we're just gonna keep chatting and we'll keep you up, and you'll never watch a movie with your wife.
Yeah, we will set you free.
It's not gonna happen.
I want to thank you very much for joining us on this podcast, buddy. I would highly suggest anybody that's in the chat or is going to watch this, to go and check out your Retro Ghetto's YouTube channel. We're going to put a link in the description for it.
Yeah.
And
we have all the links there.
Sub and watch them and comment. And this is something new that I haven't done before. For anybody in the chat that has a YouTube channel that wants to put a link to their channel in the comment
section,
do it right here at the end. And this is all. It's about the community, guys.
Yes, absolutely. And there's people that comment all the time that I had no idea they had a channel. And then that makes me feel bad because here you are supporting me all the time and I don't even know you have a channel. So please put it in the comment section and then we know.
Yeah. And if it's at the end, it's easy for us to go back and find.
Well, you can put it right in the comment section. Not in the chat.
Oh, sorry.
In the comment.
In the comment.
I want to say just thank you guys for having me on. And
oh my God, our pleasure.
For supporting me again. You guys shouted me out and you did that response video. What seems like ages ago now.
I know. Time moves fast on YouTube.
I got involved with my year celebrations, and I really appreciate it. I really do. And thank you.
Oh, it's been our pleasure.
Awesome, man. We're gonna set you free. Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Thanks everybody that's watched. Appreciate you all. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks for everybody involved in this stream.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers, MT.